Man, shout out to Beyond Beats and Culture.
Welcome to another episode of Beyond Beats and Culture. I'm your host, the cultural commentator, Chase Dark Sage, here with my co-host, Jesus.
T.
And we're back here with some more hip-hop goodness because we are the one hip-hop show that actually talks about the music. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and like the video if you have not already on your way in here on the show. And today's episode, we're going to be, obviously, as usual, talking about what we've been jamming, which is giving our first impressions on stuff we've been listening to since the last episode, some new music announcements and releases like Lil Sims, Four Bats, Tory Lanez, also some hip-hop news and current events, RIP Angie Stone, Cardi B winning a $1.2 million lawsuit, Party Next Door, almost dissing Tory Lanez, but dodging that bullet. And we're also reviewing Reason's latest mixtape, I Love You Again, which is his newest independent project that he's put out since his release from TDE itself. And we got some discussion topics from you for y'all, like worst songs on great classic hip-hop albums, does lyricism matter, a Willie D response, the interview that nobody wants, Ye and Andrew Tate, and what was the last change in hip-hop history, and where do we go next? But before we actually get into it, make sure you hit the subscribe button, like the video, like I said, if y'all have not already, and the timestamps will be in the description down below in case you want to skip certain points of the actual episode itself. Make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel where we have daily clips of the actual show itself, and we do have an exclusive show at Let's Have the Conversation, T Solo Podcast, and my solo podcast, Dark Sages Interlude, where we talk about some of the things and the niches that we really love in hip-hop that we just can't fit into the show right here. And like I said, daily clips are going up. All of our socials will be in the description down the description in the link below. It's a big tongue twister. And if you are an up-and-coming artist and you want your project to potentially get shown on this platform and reviewed by us, make sure you check out that Google form. That link will be in the description down below as well. It is not a guarantee. You cannot be sensitive based off of our opinions, because our opinions, we are not fact. We are not the moral police over here. We're just two guys that wants to talk about hip-hop. But besides all that, B, how have you been since the last episode?
B. I've been feeling a little older, you know what I'm saying? Big 3-1. My Reggie Miller year, you know what I'm saying? So you know
This
that means
31.
I gotta come out shooting this year, B. Like Reggie, Indiana Pacers, you know what I'm saying? But now I've been all right, man. I took a little if my birthday fall on like a Monday or a Friday, I take that day off to have like a 3-day weekend, kind of do a little relaxing, clean around the house, run some errands. Went to the record store, B. I almost got you something, but I was like, I don't know if you had it already. And I was
What
about to
was
send
it?
you the picture. I was like, I think he got this. It was a still static, static, trill
Illmatic?
static,
Trill
still
Static?
tratic, trill
Trill
static
Static.
3,
Uh-huh.
still tratic 3.
I
You got that,
actually, so
right?
I have that. I don't have it yet. I bought it when Trill
Oh,
Static 4 came out, so I pre-ordered them together. So when Trill Static 4 comes out, which is supposed to be this month, I
okay.
think, it's supposed to ship with that. So I ordered
That's
both
I
of
was gonna grab it. I'm like, I think he have it, so I'm not gonna grab it. I think he have it.
them.
But it was the Obi edition, had the Japanese strip and everything on there. It was 55
What was
bucks,
it?
but I
What was
didn't
it?
know. I was like,
Oh, where was it
it said
at?
Josie's. Josie's. The one Informers Branch, the big one,
Oh, the Dallas one. Okay.
the Dallas one,
Yeah, I
yeah.
went to the Plano one this last week
Hmm.
because I was looking for some records. Because at first I was gonna get you one for your birthday. I was
Yeah.
like, to me, it's too much of a gamble for what you want for your birthday because it's either it's too much. I don't know what you got. You got way too many records. You got over 200. It's too much of a gamble. It's like, I don't got you added on Discog, so I can't see what
Yeah,
you got. And there's
yeah.
no telling if you actually
I don't
update
even
that
I haven't even updated
regularly.
that thing.
See, that's too much of a gamble. I'm like, nope, I'm gonna
Yeah.
just send him money instead. I said, if I get him that, you like, B, I already got that. Oh. See, I don't
Hey
want to go through
man.
that. I'm like, hey, save us bet. Just send some bread.
Mm.
Get that
Send
cassette
some
player that
bread.
you've been talking about.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I've been eyeing it. I'm already for the. I think I'm gonna hit that button tonight, B. I got it in the shop. I mean in the cart right now on eBay. It's coming straight from Japan.
Hey,
Yeah.
hopefully it's DHL.
You say what? Oh,
Hopefully
DHL
it's DHL
delivery. Yeah.
that ships it.
Yeah. I like they pretty good. I like when they bring
Man,
my overseas stuff.
I ordered from Get On Down. I ordered the Brandy
Hmm.
vinyl and the Maxwell vinyl. Tell
Right.
me why I got the Brandy. I'm doing my little sleeve thing, put it in the
Yeah.
static thing or whatever, right? They sent me two side A's and B's.
No
I'm
way,
like,
B.
I emailed Get On Down. They said we're gonna send you the side C and D. I'm like, come on.
Wow.
I'm like, I got the same disc for Brandy. I'm like, come on, two side A's and side B's. That's crazy
How,
right now.
how did they make that mistake, V?
I don't know, B, and I'm glad that I was actually taking it out and actually, putting it up because
Yeah.
if I didn't, I wouldn't have caught that.
You never
So I was like,
know.
okay, they didn't do that with the Maxwell. I can't do that with the Maxwell. They didn't do it with the
Mm-mm.
Maxwell. So I was like, all right, cool.
Hey, child labor somewhere, B. That's a childish mistake right there. But hey, but how you been, B?
I've been all right, man. Hey,
Yeah.
I've been eyeing some stuff. I've been looking at some stuff, adding some stuff
Yeah.
to my wish list, finalize I
Mm-hmm.
want, listening to some music. I've been trying to do a lot more adjusting to the new schedule that I'm going to be having,
Mm-hmm.
hypothetically. But I've been adjusting to the new work schedule.
Mm-hmm.
And I've also been, doing some more studying on like R&B and stuff like that. And I've actually
Mm-hmm.
found a creator that actually talks about like R&B artists and pop
Mm-hmm.
singers somewhat. So shout out to dang, I think her name is like Anastasia 25. I think that's her name. But shout
Mm-hmm.
out to her. She talks about R&B. I'm like, oh, finally I could connect with somebody.
Mm.
So shout out to her. But yeah, I've been doing a lot more research. RP Angie Stone, someone who I was not familiar with their work like that.
Mm.
I knew
Oh
who
yeah.
of them, but I didn't really know of them like that. We'll talk about it later. But like I said, I've been, I'm a big fan of like neo soul with the Music Soul Child and Maxwell
Yeah.
and all that. I had to go into my Justin Timberlake bag. We gonna talk about that when we've been jamming,
Oh
but
yeah. I see
I've
you.
been doing that. Thing.
I see you, B.
That white boy
Um,
can sing.
hey, I used to be bumping that Future Love Sec what Future Love Sounds. Fire. That heater. Hello. I got something that came in the mail, B. You know what I'm saying? I know you don't really, you know what I'm saying? You don't understand that.
Was it
I
cassettes?
mean,
Oh, it's GNX. You
yeah,
said you
that
told
Gen
me you
X
ordered it
came.
last episode.
Yeah, it came
Okay,
in.
okay.
Hmm.
Are you gonna
Oh
actually
yeah.
wait? Is that like an exclusive version or is it just
Nah,
regular?
nah, it just had a regular version. They
I've
never
been seeing
made.
I saw the vinyl at Walmart and I was like, should I get it? I was like, nah, I want to get an actual
Yeah,
colored
I
variant.
saw one at the record store. I was like, I don't know, I don't want it on vinyl. I think I'm gonna just it's like certain stuff I'm gonna get on cassette. I was thinking about like I have I'm finna get that Rich Ass Haitian on cassette. B, F it. It's 99 bucks, but
Boy
I'm
about to
finna
get
do it.
boy about to
I'm
get
finna
audio
do it,
melatonin.
bro. Who is calling me? Oh my god, Beans. My coworker's
Oh,
calling me right now. You hear it,
oh,
bro?
no, I don't hear it. You can't hear with these microphones. But
Oh
besides all that, what have you been jamming since the last episode?
man, I've been jamming some Kendrick Lamar. B. I jammed Section 80, the first song first album I jammed over the week. And bro, I just had to sometimes, bro, you gotta just go back.
Hmm.
And I was just like, Section 80 just brought us back to, high school, blog era, Kendrick, a new emerging artist, making
Yep,
his
yep.
way. And bro, that album still holds up, man. I ain't saying it ever like sound
Fell
dated,
off
but
or anything. Hmm.
it's just a really good album, bro. And started off F your ethnicity and everybody put your hands up high. Like I was just like, ooh, it just brought me back, bro. I was like, man, because I those Section 80 and Control Systems are like the two albums in 2011, right? That was like heavy rotation for me. And I used to always bounce back and forth of like which album I like more, you know what I'm saying? Because they are just some because I could be like, oh, Control Systems better. And then I listen to Section 80, I'm like, oh no. It's just the stuff that the topics Kendrick was talking about was dope. Him Kiko had me died. I think Kiko was saying, oh, was that on the other song? Him rapping in perspective of getting a train ran over as a woman. I think that was a,
I was in
I
a
think
room
that
with
was
two
a,
Negroes getting
yeah.
tossed or something like that. I'm like, that's not good in any sense.
But no, he have those songs about women getting abused, and he talked about like he was speaking on not just issues of like being black, just everybody going through things like F your ethnicity when you go into this. This is for everybody. It was just a different stance. He was just a different mindset. He was really younger. You put people, you see how people grow, and then how they like perception of life changes and stuff like that. Just him being what 22, 23 around that time, I believe, when that came out. And like what's that one track? Oh my God. Eight doobies to the face. Like, come on, bro. Like,
Oh,
what's
he's
high tolerance,
he's a
ADHD?
mhm.
Man, so fire, bro. I used to watch that music video all the time. And then Rigor Mortis, of course. I remember showing my dad that song. It was like, me and my dad, I was graduating high school the next day, and he came down. And I remember saying, like, yo, this guy's the next up. Like, he's gonna be real big. I remember telling him that. He's like, oh, for real? I'm like, yeah, watch. It's like, I don't know. Section 80, bro. Hey, I remember people saying this in 2011. They was calling it a classic. Is it a classic, V?
No, not a classic. It's a great
It's a
album.
great album,
Great
though. It's a
album
great
though. Great
album. It's a
album.
great album.
That's not taking away from it. Everything
It's a
don't got to be
personal
classic, but
it's a personal classic for me.
I'll say it's definitely a classic for that
Yeah.
era, though.
Oh yeah.
I see. I like to do that. If I'm gonna give something a classic, but I don't feel like it's a hip hop like overall classic, like an
Hmm.
essential album you gotta listen to, I'll
Right.
give it that time era. Like if you want like time era like albums, defining albums, that's definitely one of them.
Yeah.
But yeah. I guess I'll get into my first thing. Let me go ahead and pull up my my music board. Shout out to music board. They need to actually sponsor me or something. But I guess the first thing I'll talk about before I talk a bit about Justin. I listened to
Hmm.
Ciara's debut album, Goodies. Um, I was a bit disappointed. Ciara's one of those people that, we all know in black culture because she was in R&B, such a big name in R&B. But her first
Hmm.
album, yeah, really, it was all right. It wasn't bad. It was disappointing is the best way I could say it. Vocally, she's not really there. She doesn't try to get there. She's during that, era of R&B where it was like crunk R&B, that Atlanta scene of like R&B, kind of like what Usher's Yeah, to give people a synopsis. I mean like a quick preview of like what that is. She has songs on there like Goody's actual title track.
I don't know what to say. Yeah.
Oh with Ludacris and One Two Step with Missy Elliott. Good songs,
Hmm.
especially like for that era, but overall album and then she has a 20-year anniversary one where she had a song with R. Kelly. She took that off the 20-year anniversary edition. I'm just like, no, like keep that on because that was one of the better
Hey,
rated
that's
songs you
probably the
had
only.
on there.
That's probably the only banger.
It was outside of the actual singles. It was one of the better songs. I'm like,
Oh
why'd
my
you take that
god,
off? And she
bro!
replaced it with something else. I'm like, nah, man, f that. Keep it original, especially if I want to buy it on vinyl or anything like
Hey,
that.
man,
But
hey,
yeah.
stand on business.
Facts. Like, hey, you made the song with him. Look, this is the thing. It's not like we didn't know what he was doing back then, especially with the whole
Hmm.
Tate thing. You still chose to work with him. Come on. He did all that stuff with Aaliyah. Come on. And you still chose to work with him. I don't want to hear nothing. But yeah, Ciara, Goodies, disappointing. I gave it a 3 out of 5. It's all right. B, what's your next project?
My next project, be I told you I was on a little Kendrick wave. I I went to Good Kid, Mad City, and
Mm.
Good Kid, Mad City is an album. Like I was thinking about it, I'm like, dang, I haven't. I don't think I listened to this album as much no more. Like just going back and listening to it as a whole. I was like, man, another. This is a classic album right here, V. I
I agree
just
with
hearing
this.
some of the songs for a long, like hearing some of the songs like Art of Pure Pressure is like one of my favorite songs on the album. Just loving that. We're gonna talk about a song on the album that I don't like in the next segment,
Oh, yeah,
but
same. Same.
yeah.
I wonder if we got the
But
same one. The same.
I wonder if we do. We probably don't. Knowing us, it's probably so different.
All right.
But but just hearing the story and like I haven't listened to this album in full, especially as a 30-year-old or when I was in my higher 20s. And like also like following the story, I'm like, yo, he laid this out pretty like really good, bro. And I'm like, the stuff he was like sing about me be still a real soup like that song is written so well, man. I'm like, dog, this dude is so talented, man. And just taking me back to the times when it came out. It just I don't know, B. It's like we lived through it. Now it had me thinking, bro. I was tripping, like, we didn't live through like the Illmatics to Reasonable Doubts to Ready to Die, but we have our modern classics that we lived through, and just like we're gonna be talking to our kids about, and like, yo, arguing with younger people, like, we was there, we know the effect it had, and that's what I was thinking.
Oh,
I'm like,
that's
bro,
that's how I feel now. That's how I be
I
on
know,
Twitter
right?
now with the young kids.
Oh,
I'm like, I
especially with the
was
blog
there.
era, I
Yeah,
was
especially with the Drake
there.
stuff. I'm like, you
Yeah,
wasn't there. You don't understand this. God dang
facts.
it.
So like I was thinking about I was like, man, it came out 2012. I'm 18 years old, B. 18. And I'm like, now I listen to this as a 30-year-old, 31.
Dang.
I was like, I was like, yo, this dude right here, bro. I don't think it just sometimes you just know that somebody's just really talented. It's like you did this at 25, 24. Like I couldn't put nothing out like this. This layered. I don't know, man. I kind of was just glazing a little bit listening to the album. Like this dude right here, this is crazy. But
I didn't think he'd
Good
be
Kid,
the
Mad
star that he
City,
is now from that.
yes,
I did
yeah.
not think that.
Like we knew he was big, but we didn't. Now he's like, of course, till last year, he's like, he's already was a big artist, but now he's like,
Hmm.
he took off like crazy. So. But yeah, that's my thoughts on Good Kid, Mad City. I have more thoughts, but this is not a review. Maybe once it hit that the 20th anniversary one, when was that be? That'll be
15 or 20 years.
20. It
15.
should be 15 coming up, right?
Yeah, it should
Right?
be like 15 coming up.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Because
Dang,
it
that's
should be
crazy.
what 2027 because it came out 2012, right?
Yeah, 2012. Yeah,
I mean, we
2027.
could always review it whenever we
Yeah,
want.
yeah, we
But
want
yeah,
because we could go back and be like, yo, stuff we just didn't get the review
yeah,
because we
yeah.
yeah.
That's why I had that whole little section of albums in the notes that we could just review in case we have a light week. But
Right.
yeah,
That
that's
would
all
be
you
dope.
got me.
Oh no. If after you, I got another
No,
one
I
if you
mean, I
got.
mean, do you got is that all you got for that?
Oh yeah, for that. That's all I got. I thought you yeah, that's all I got for
Yeah.
that.
Oh, okay. My next project went to Nelly's Country Grammar, which is his debut album. Woo, this is a throwback right here. Definitely that Cash Money Bling era sounding hip hop right here. I fully enjoyed it. I still like Nellyville a bit more, but this album to me is like, and I don't know why I wanted to think about this, but it's like
Hmm.
for me, this is like, and I don't want to say it like this because I know it sounds blasphemous, and I know it's not a one-to-one comparison. I'm not trying to make it a one-to-one. The
Just
best way I can
say it.
describe this is if Nelly had a Get Rich or Die Trying. This is Nelly's Get Rich or Die Trying in terms of like you having a debut album, it being as cohesive as it is, it's showing you that lifestyle of who that person is, and it's like a really like way of showing you like, okay, this person can make some really good, dope hit radio songs, but also it has that gritty little nature to it as well. That's the best way I could describe Country Grammar is that it's a it's a Nelly version of Get Rich or Die Trying essentially, which I reviewed the Massacre recently for a Dark Sage Interlude episode, and going back to that, going back to Get Rich or Die Trying, going now to Nelly's Country Grammar, which I still helm Nellyville as a really great album as well. But Country Grammar is really, really solid body of work. But also, it's like if you like that bling era of rap, if you like that Cash Money era of rap, you will definitely find some enjoyment of this. You even had a young Little Wayne on here. I'm just like, man, nostalgia, baby, especially with all the hits, old heads. Where's all the fun music at? But when I brought up Nelly in a fun music conversation, I don't listen to no whack stuff. But you asked where all the fun stuff was.
They want
I'm not
fun,
just
dope
confused.
stuff, B. Like Kid and Play.
I
I
can't
never
go to a
listen
person our
B.
age that will know five Kid and Play songs. I bet you don't know
I
five Nelly songs though.
I don't even think people that far back can name five Kid and Play songs. I'm pretty sure they don't. But I never listened to a Nelly album in full. Like, yes, I know the hits, but I never, bro. I know two Chingy albums. I owned Chingy albums before I owned the Nelly album.
You're bugging.
Chingy,
Nelly,
why your
Nelly,
eyes so
country,
chinky?
oh, country grammar and Nellyville. Those are the ones you need to check out if you are a fan of Nelly or want to get into Nelly. That's really all you need right there because those are like where his biggest bangers really come from. So yeah, Country Grammar, a really solid debut. I know a lot of people helm it as like Nelly's best album. I kind of
Mhm.
put that where Nellyville is because I think Nelly was a better rapper in sense, and he had some bigger hits off of that as well. But I mean, popularity wise, I'm not really sure. I gotta look at the numbers. But yeah, Nelly's Country Grammar. We're never ever going to talk about this on the channel, and I might make a Dark Sage interlude about this one
Yeah,
day
you might have to because
for
I won't.
a anniversary. So yeah, B, your next thing.
This gonna be my last and final. Uh, I think I got one more, but I don't think I'm ready to talk about it yet. But I have one I'm ready to talk about. Paris, Texas. They left me with a gun. So they put out another EP over the weekend. They dropped the so you
The
left me with
sword
a
one.
sword, and now they got a gun. They kind of picked off where it left off on the first EP. You know, same old. They alternative. Really, you know, you got hip hop here mixed with some rock stuff, some punk rock, and all this, and really fun lyrics. I enjoyed it a lot. Like I don't know, man. I just really like their music because, like I said, it puts me on a ride, bro. It's like you don't know what you're getting on the next track, and I enjoy that type of stuff. And also, you have two fun MCs that's also carrying the project. So I don't know. I don't know. I can't say nothing bad about it, B. I just need you to check out Paris, Texas one day, bro, and understand what's going on. See, I'm not listening to Nelly, but because I know what I'm getting from Nelly. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You don't know what you're getting from Paris, Texas, man. You need to check them out, B.
you and I know obviously you recommended it first to me,
Mm-hmm.
but the other person that recommended it to me, uh, I didn't expect him to recommend it to me.
Mhm.
I don't know if I should say his name on here to let people know that I
Mhm.
talked to him or not. But yeah, yeah, I've heard that I should try and check him out. I should give
Yeah.
it. So yeah, uh, definitely. I don't know if I'm blurt that out or not. He told me. He said, "Have you checked them out?" I was like, "Nah." He's like,
Yeah.
"Check them out." He told me to check out the MK.G people as well, or person. I checked their album
M
out.
MK.G. Fire.
Uh-huh. It's cool. It's
Yeah.
background music at best, but yeah, that's cool.
My God, B.
But yeah, that's it for you, B.
That's it, man. I have one more album, but I'm gonna talk about it next week because I need a few more listens
I'm
before I
surprised you're
actually.
not gonna talk about that Bodie James.
Oh, I did listen to that. I
I
forgot.
did too.
I let's talk about it. Let's have a
All
little.
right. Well, I mean, your first sentence about it really described everything about how I felt about the album. I forgot. Yeah, like it's like I'm sorry, like Bodie James, Chuck Strangers. Chuck Strangers is a cool producer based off of this.
Hmm.
Bodie James, it's like you just said with Nelly a while ago. I know what I'm gonna
You know.
get. It's
Hmm.
not different. Like I hate to say it
Hmm.
like this. Boldy James is microwavable, like gritty raps. Like it's
Hmm.
like to me, it's nothing special. It's nothing unique. It doesn't stand out. Like, and I hate to say this, I'm not trying to listen to any more unless it's like an album because I feel like I'm gonna start looking at his older stuff a little funny now as well. Because I'm just like, you giving me the same stuff over and
Hmm.
over again. And it's all right, B, if you change it up sonically, you kind of do something a bit different with it. But it's literally just the same style of rap, same type of rapping over different production. And it's not like you trying to create this world sonically with it. You're just getting different beats. Like you're just picking beats. And the beats is all right, but it's like it didn't really do anything for me. This is just microwavable gritty raps. And I'm just tired of it. Like I'm just exhausted about it.
My thoughts is Well Fishing and B.O.B. are like to me those some top Bodie songs. I really love those songs in this project, especially Well Fishing. I really love the production on that. But I'm gonna echo what you said, B. When it comes to what Bodie's gonna do on these tracks, yes, he's a good rapper. He has the lazy flow, you know, different production, but it's nothing that's gonna wow me. Like I heard it before, technically. Like if you keep feeding me, like I understand. He passed. He almost, he had a near death experience with the car accident. He's trying to put out that music. Like I have no problem with that. But at the same time, as a listener, it weighs on me, bro. Like you're not giving me nothing new. You're giving me the same thing. It's just repackaged with a different producer, like you said. But it's the same flow, the lazy flow, dope rapping, but that's not the only thing that's gonna bring me in. So I just feel like I need some space between my Bodie projects. So I think like me not listening to the last few he put out, just listen to this album. I was like, okay, cool. I listened to it, but I'm still like, it's not nothing I'm gonna return back to. Only probably to Whale Fishing and B.O.B. Like, cause I was like, yo, even Big Paws on the puppy. I like those first three tracks was like, okay, these tracks really stood out for me. But
Yeah.
and I said I was gonna listen to it just because Chuck Strange Productions, because I like him as producer. But it's not enough for me to just go back. I listened to it twice, and those are three tracks. I'm like, all right, bet I'm putting these in my 2025 playlist. At least one of them. Pretty much Well Fishing. I love that. I love the beat on that. I loved how Bodie was flowing on that. But what could I say? Another okay Bodie album. Like I hear people saying, "Oh, this better than so and so," and I'm like, is it really? Is that
I
even
think at this
saying
point, it's
much?
like, which production do you prefer, really?
That's what I'm saying. That's how I felt. Like, what production you prefer him on? Because Bodie's gonna give you the same. Not like, and I'm not saying, oh, because people like, okay, he giving you the same dope rapping. What's the problem? It's like it gets to a point where it's like it's the same. Like you gotta understand, some artists when they have like a unique flow, that flow can get like boring to you, especially him having that lazy flow. He's not taking you here and there. He's not even changing up his voice, vocally or nothing. He's not doing that interesting in that way. So you gotta
I think he did that
understand
on
that
one
they
track. I think he did that on like one track
what
where he
track,
kind of switched it up and sped it up. I forgot. It was towards the end. But I only gave this one listen though, because to me it
yeah,
just wasn't worth the second listen, B.
whatever it was, if it was on Bird Eye View or whatever, he done it before because he done that. He'll do that. If the beat go, he'll how to speed up his flow. But I'm just saying
Hmm.
it's nothing different to me because I heard it before. That's why I'm saying like I don't know. And I love Bodie, bro. He had projects that I I will, ayo, I will defend. Dope. But like his stuff that he been putting out as recent, it's just you just feeding us, fast food, bro. I'm not getting full, bro. It's not satisfying me.
It's not even I'm
It's the
getting
same.
fooled. Your food went from high dining to now
Hmm.
it's getting to noodle status. It's getting the ramen noodle status now. It's
Chicken
like
noodles be chicken or shrimp.
nah. It was getting shrimp, but this year he's been putting out so much. You creamy chicken right now. I'll put it like that. Pause on that. You creamy chicken flavor.
Oof.
So
Creamy
yeah.
trash, B. I don't like
Nah,
that
you
creamy
bugging.
chicken.
Nah, you're
You
bugging.
like creamy chicken?
Boy, do I? Yes.
Nah, chicken all the way. I had a shrimp phase, like a
I
little
did too.
bit.
And I
I
had a
never
beef
let
one too.
see. I tried beef.
Hmm.
I just couldn't get jiggy with beef like that.
Hmm. Beef is cool. Beef is like something like that. It reminds me of the trenches. No, I don't be getting beef like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I understand.
But yeah, Bodie James and Chuck Stranger's Token of Appreciation. I guess this is like a mini review since we both listened
Yeah,
to it, but it wasn't enough for us to really review it because
mm,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. That's all I have. I'm surprised. I forgot all about that. B. That's crazy. I listened to it twice and I totally forgot about it. I didn't even save it in my. I had to go search it. I didn't even because I played it and let it play back, but
Forgettable.
I didn't even finish it. I mean, I didn't even put it in my library.
But I guess to end off what we've been jamming, if you guys have been following me on Twitter, if you guys listened to the earlier part of the episode, I've been jamming a lot of JT. I've been doing my R&B studying. I've been trying to go through certain things. I've been trying to go through lists of like, oh, like what are the artists that kind of like revolutionized, artists that were like pioneers or certain thing. I don't know how I landed on Justin Timberlake. I was like, F it. I want to listen to Justin Timberlake. I never
Hmm.
fully listened to him. Now, this is music that he was always around, especially like on
Hmm.
urban radio. But I never realized his impact or his music like that. And so going into his album, like his debut, Justified, half of it's Pharrell and Neptunes, the other half is Timbaland. Fire. Great R&B album. Then we get the Futuresex Love Sounds. Legendary project. Legendary. Next though, we get the 2020 experience. This is why I thought that was gonna kind of wane off because Future Sex Love Sounds, it kind of has that neo soul vibe to it. So this 2020 experience. I thought that I didn't know how he did it, but to me, this is like his second best project. Then we get 2020 experience, two of two. That was cool. To me, it
Hmm.
just felt like leftovers of the experience of 2020 experience part one. Then we get Man of the Woods, which is his 2018 album. Yeah, I really wasn't getting jiggy with it like that. But then we get to his last,
Trash.
which came out last year. Everything I
Mm.
thought it was. Lots of heavy hip hop influence. Which I want to say, Man of the Woods is where he kind of departed from the Timbaland like production. He has some Timbaland stuff on there, but Timbaland wasn't the one that was mainly producing it. And everything I thought it was, this felt like a generic pop album. It wasn't bad. It had some moments on there that I really liked. I gave it a 3 out of 5, but it's not something that I would return to compared to like the 2020 experience, Future Sex Love Sounds, and Justified itself. Overall, man, all I gotta say is that white boy can sing. That
Hey,
white boy
hey,
can sing.
Justified and Future Sex Love Sounds is the only two albums you really need.
Nah, nah, nah.
2020
Put the
has some
20
stuff on there
experience in
though.
there too. It
It
definitely
has some
got a lot
stuff
of
in
neo
there.
soul vibes in there. Not,
Yeah,
not
it has some
saying
stuff in there, but it ain't
nah,
like
nah.
though.
It is the
It's
stuff. That whole
it's
album
not
is the
what 2020?
yes.
The first
2020
part?
is phenomenal. Yes, the first part.
No, it's,
Two of
it's
two.
dope.
It felt like leftovers.
No, it's good. But the first two projects, I rock with those more. But 2020, so I remember it came out
Yeah.
when I was, in school and doing the whole. I remember Suit and Tie, him and Jay-Z,
Hmm.
remember all that. But nah, bro, Future Love Sounds crazy.
Yeah, especially with 3 6 Mafia on the feature on there. I'm like, look, I was talking to my girl the other day. I said, how come
Hmm.
whenever blacks get near somebody white, they always got to black fight him up too? Talking about you talking about stereotypical raccoon stuff. I'm like, come on,
Yeah.
Timberland, Juicy J and DJ Paul, what we doing? Why y'all putting my boy Justin on like this?
Hey man, I might have to. It's been a minute since I listened to 2020 though. Let me put it in my library.
This stuff because I was too young to listen to this and really
Oh,
under.
I,
But
I
some
remember
of
when.
the hits,
Hey,
obviously, I knew the hits, but
I remember when this dropped. I had this joint in my. Hey man, I already had it. You know, I had to.
You had it?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, I'm saying
See,
when this dropped, I remember I was hyped when this dropped.
see, no one around me listened to Justin Timberlake growing up.
Yeah.
Like no one at my school and nothing. Like no one was talking about no Justin Timberlake.
No, freaking. I was talking about. So I remember being in class because this when I was in. You know, I was going to media tech, and I was telling them that it's coming out, and some of the homies was messing with me because I said Justin Timberlake was my boy crush. I was like, musically, bro, musically. They was making fun of me, bro. I was like, yo, it came out a little weird. But I was hyped for that album, B. I was hyped. I was hyped. Oh my God.
This
But nah,
man is wild.
I never forget that, bro. Because they did not let me live that down at all. But that was so sus.
See, I'm not even gonna say what I said back then in high school because it would have been crazy too. What
You,
I said,
you said some sus, B?
me, come on, high school. It's the rite of passage for a man to say sus stuff in high school. You gotta
Oh
say
yeah.
something crazy or off the wall sus.
Oh my. I remember I said something super sus in elementary, bro. And that's when being sus wasn't funny.
No, it wasn't.
Boy, it was. I was embarrassed, boy. I was like, I ain't going to school tomorrow. I'll never forget that day, bro. I'll never forget that. Oh my
Oh
God.
man. But that's been another part of what we've been jamming. Let us know what y'all been jamming down in the comment section down below. But now it's time to get on to the hip hop news section of the show where we talk about hip hop news, current events, and new music releases and announcements. But let's go ahead and start off with the music releases and announcements. Lil Sims, Lotus, May 9th. B, are you excited for this? This is a new Lil Sims project.
No, I never listened to Lil Sims.
I
I
listened
know you listened to her last album,
I
right?
listened to her the project with the all white and
Hmm.
black Dalmatian like background. And I listened to her actual last EP that she put out.
Mm.
Lil Sims is cool. It's the voice. It's that accent that gets me. But overall, I think she's cool. I think I might check it out just for like a what we've been jamming section. I know you probably wouldn't care for this like that, but yeah, I'll check it out for what we've been jamming.
She's like, I know a lot of people that I rock with musically. I love their opinions. They speak highly on Little Sims, but I'm gonna be honest, bro. It's certain UK rappers I just can't get into like that. Maybe I have to check her out. I heard her, features, and like I heard some of her songs before on YouTube. Like just clicking the video, I'm like, okay, but it's not appealing. But I ain't gonna lie, it's a UK song floating around from the underground. The young little kid, Jim Legacy. You heard that? I want to call her little father. I didn't
No,
fall.
if it's
Black
on
British
TikTok,
music.
I don't know.
Black British music. I'm
No,
about to
no, I
send it
have
to you,
not.
bro. I was like, hold up, this kind of fire. They said, hey, Potty Mouth said the underground in UK is better than the US underground. I said, all right, bro.
I'm gonna definitely have to see about that one.
Yeah.
Uh,
Shout out to PM.
Yeah, shout out to Potty Mouth. Next piece of news we got, next piece of music releases, we have Four Bats dropping a new song called Mortal Kombat coming out March 14th. Four Bats, you got to be a little bit quicker on what you're trying to do because
He didn't take our advice, B.
nah, he didn't. He's way too slow. I mean,
Mm.
hey, congratulations to him. He's with my sworn enemy Anicia. They're in a relationship or whatever, so they booed up. I see more pictures of them together than I do of him dropping
Oh
music.
yeah, y'all did
And
have a
I'm
little
glad
beat,
that
a little back
yeah,
and
and I'm
forth.
glad that he's with her, so that way it keeps her from dropping music. So thank you, God. But Forbatch, you need to start dropping some music quick. Like you're not making Dallas look great right now, my guy.
Mhm.
All we have is Big X the plug. Shout out to Hashi sends you, but Forbats, we need some R&B voices coming out. I don't know, man, but yeah, I am willing to listen to this and talk about it on the show.
Yeah.
But are you hyped for it though, B?
Hype? No. I'll check it out. I want him to put out more because he gotta understand he's somebody that was labeled as an industry plant, labeled as somebody that they're gonna be a one hit wonder, bro. You gotta kind of show people where you at right now because you're still young. You can put out value right now. I think it's best for him not to put out like something like an album every week. Put out a single every like twice a month, once a like Let us know what you're working on. Let us see your progression. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't. You're not one of them artists where we're gonna be like, man, he dropped here, so we can wait another 2 years for him to drop. Nah, bro. We gotta
Especially
see your
when he
face right
dropped.
now. Yeah,
He
we
dropped
gotta
during
see
the
your.
worst time.
Yeah, we gotta see your face more, bro. You gotta be out there a little more.
I agree. Next piece of like music announcements. Tory Lane says that he's dropping an album on March 7th for the prisoners from a prisoner. How do you feel about this, B? I know I'm listening to it.
I'm gonna check it out. Tori. But you seen him being on the call and a fight break out? You think that was like
I
staged?
didn't watch the video.
Yeah, I think it was staged because he's putting out a project for the prisoners, and that happened while he was freestyling or something. Like I think it was staged. But overall, yeah, like I'm gonna check it out. It's Tory,
Yeah,
bro.
I'm hoping it's good, but I mean all he
Daystar
has is
Peterson,
ill, but all he has is
Patterson.
time. No, it's Peterson.
It's
He's right.
Peterson. Yeah.
Yeah. And last piece of music announcements slash releases. Offset teases a collab album with Gunna. How do you feel about
Mm.
this one, B?
I don't know how to feel on this one, bro. Is Turbo gonna produce everything?
Are they still cool? Are Turbo and Gunna still cool?
I think so, right?
I
They
have
got
no
back
idea.
cool, right?
I have no
I
idea.
don't know. I
You know
think
how
so.
people with rapper and producer relationships.
Mm-mm. But man,
Uh,
I don't know. I'm not the biggest Offset guy, but I check out Gunna because that's my guy. But him and Offset, that one song they put out together on Gunna album was dope. I like that. What was that song called? I don't even know it was on the album. It was like a single. What was
yeah,
it?
Proud again.
Yeah,
Prada,
proud of,
Prada,
yeah,
Prada again.
proud of you,
No,
proud
it's
of me,
Prada something.
proud of me.
Nah.
Proud of me.
It's two words. I don't know the words.
Yeah,
It's
but that
Prada
was that
something.
was dope.
Prada
That
them,
was
Prada
dope.
them.
Proud of them. Yeah, that was dope. I like that song. But
Yeah, it was cool, but I guess my thing is like, I don't know. Is he gonna try and capture the same magic that he had with 21 and Metro off of Without Warning? I'm trying to see if that's what
mhm.
Offset is doing.
And if they do this, I need 8 tracks. I don't need nothing more than 8 tracks. I don't want to
So
be
you're not
like
looking
too
for a 20
much.
piece? You're not looking for a 20 piece?
Boy, no. I
Come
need at
on,
least eight
B.
tracks. Give me like a little mini EP, mini mixtape or something. Give me like 8 tracks. Like give me no filler. I just want nothing but heat. Give me 8 fire tracks, and that's all we
Yeah.
need.
Give me your best
That's
stuff.
all we need.
Everything else that
Yeah,
don't make
just
the album, just throw it out. I don't need it.
facts.
Just throw it out. I
Like when it
agree
come to
because Without Warning is
yeah,
so good.
yeah, it's so dope. It was just a dose of just it's just good. Cause what, 10 tracks?
10 or 11,
10?
I think. Hmm.
Yeah, just fire. And then Offset being like the little, little guy pop up. You know what I mean? Fire.
Yeah. But it looks like we have nothing dropping this week besides that Tory.
I saw that and I saw, bro. I didn't want to bring it up, but they keep saying Lil Durk dropping every week, and I say, bro, Lil Durk
And they
haven't
keep
came. He
saying
posted,
Playboy Cardi dropping every week too.
yeah, but that boy, every time he say he dropping it, add another year to it. You
He
never know
really
when
needs
he
to
gonna drop.
dropping a new fit pick. That's what he really
Fact.
needs.
He dropping a new fit pick. You right, B. All new snippet or something. Cause
Hmm.
man, get out of here. But yeah, I ain't seen nothing. I should have checked the underground, but I was they always dropping something nobody care about.
All right, but that's about it for what is actually dropping musically. Let's go ahead and talk about some hip hop news and current events. First off, we gotta say RIP to R&B singer Angie Stone, who was killed recently within a car crash, who I believe is also the mother of D'Angelo's child as well.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Angie Stone, man. She is also a pioneer in hip hop as well, bro. She was in one of the first female groups, the Sequence. She's a pioneer, bro. She also they was co-writing for like the Sugar Hill gang because they was with Sugar Hill Records and all that, man. Angie has been cemented in this game for a while, bro. Singing, rapping, all that since she was like 15, 16 years old. So shout out to Angie Stone, man. Just
Yeah.
really amazing talent from Columbus. I think she's from Columbus, South Carolina. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
That
prayers
just
up
sucks,
to
bro.
her family, and her loved ones, and
Yeah,
obviously
bro.
her children or child. I
Yes.
don't know how
Yeah,
many
I
she
think
got.
she got a few. I think she got a couple kids. I think she got like two. I could be wrong. But yeah, man. Shout
Yeah,
out Angie Stone, RIP to you. Prayers to your family, man. That sucks right there, bro.
yeah, it really
My
does.
brother, another.
Yeah, I only know her
Bro.
big stuff. Like I don't know any of her like deep cuts or anything like that.
Yeah. That song just came to my head because people was like refreshing it. But yeah, I think I listened to a
Yeah.
few of her albums in my neo soul days, you know what I mean? But now
Mhm.
Angie Stone, she worked with the family, you know what I'm saying? They done some stuff together before.
I would assume so.
Hmm.
But yeah. And next piece of news, Cardi B wins a $1.2 million lawsuit against Tasha K. This is
Bro,
scary.
bro, hold on, no. How many times I feel like she won a lawsuit, so many lawsuits towards this lady, right?
Hmm.
Tasha K is sick. Like she's sick. I do not like Tasha K, bro.
Yeah, it says she secures $1.2 million payout deal in Tasha K's bankruptcy settlement for defamation ruling. Jesus, this just makes you kind of afraid. But I mean, someone like Tasha K, you can't be talking spicy like that. You gotta start putting stuff like disclaimers or something in between, or because talking
He,
spicy like that, these artists could take
and, and
legal
and
action. And
and
it's
Tasha K wasn't on no allegedly. She like, no, this is happening. Like she was really like she was on it. Like if you have a big voice, an amplified voice like that, like B, let's say our voices get big, like and we reaching people at that status, you're gonna kind of be careful what you say about some people, bro, because they gonna put you in some papers. And like, nah, regardless, we don't even do stuff like that when it comes to like gossiping and they talk about people, kids and stuff like that. That's when things get a little spicy. You talking about my kids? All right, bro, we got a problem.
yeah,
All right, I want
which
some money about you.
I treat people with respect. I don't throw ad hominem attacks. I
Mm-mm.
make fun of their content. I don't make fun of them.
I don't
Uh,
want to, and I'm not talking about nobody kids. I just
Oh
not
yeah,
talking about the kids.
let me say this: personal matters, I don't really give a
Hmm.
f about. If it's news,
Right.
it's news. That's different. But personal matters, I don't care for. Therefore, I'm not going to try and concentrate on that. Try and make it a whole thing, unless it's something great, like oh, like Cardi B's child gets a scholarship for some song. Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's
But
different.
it's
That's
like
like good. That's shining light on
yeah,
something.
that's good stuff. But I was like, in terms of negativity, I'm not going to talk bad about no one's kid. I'm not talking about bad about someone specifically, unless it's like rappers and what they and how they are moving in the industry in terms of like newsworthy stuff. But besides that, gossipy shade room stuff, we don't do that over here. We keep it on the music.
Hmm. Facts.
Uh, but yeah, I mean that's just something to say because $1.2 million is not something to laugh at. Next piece of news we have, which it kind of like dissolved within the same night as well. Party Next Door dissed Tory Lanez because he heard something that Tory Lanez said in the snippet, but Party only heard part of the snippet and not it all in context. And when he did, Party Next Door apologized, and Tory Lanez before that was like, "Yo, does Party want to smoke?" So I was just like, "Okay, some R&B beef," because I know Party, you ain't really about to be like on there just like rapping like that. You already can't sing. I think Tory Lanez is, I don't want to say like this, a bit more talented vocally.
Hmm.
So they definitely don't want no throat off and they don't want no bar off. So yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, a throat off is crazy. B. Every
B,
time
you
you say
already know
that,
going
bro,
throat for throat, B.
going throat for throat is crazy, bro. What they Miss Natural and
Yeah,
Tiana Trump.
I said that earlier about Screwface. I say he be meat. He
He's,
put a Tiana Trump and Miss Natural put together.
hey, if they know Pebbles, if they know OG Pebbles, bro, she was a
Oh, that's an
beast.
OG. But that's
Hmm.
besides the point. But yeah, Party Next Door,
I
he a
follow
bird
her on
mess.
she accepted my request to follow her on IG.
Man.
Hey, before we go, B, before we go, I see old girl back in the game.
Who?
I don't know if she was gone, but I've been seeing her videos pop up. Her name is Styles.
Capri?
Yeah.
She been
I thought
retired.
I thought
Look,
she
look B,
back.
she retired out the league. She just been on the
Yeah.
the
On
direct to
the
consumer
she been
site.
on
You
the
get what I'm
hey, she
saying?
been
She
on
been on that direct to
she been on the chilling circuit.
chilling circuit. Hey V, you already know I've been following her. I've been having to keep updated on that V.
I
Hey
didn't
V,
know
I've been
B.
following her.
I saw some stuff. I'm like, she
V, nah,
back?
she liked one of my tweets. I think one of her tweets is my header. Because she liked it. I was like, yes, thank you.
I didn't know
This
she
is a
was back
dream
in the
come
game,
true.
B. I didn't know she was back in
Well,
the
she's not
game.
back in the game. Like I said, she's direct to
Yeah,
consumer.
yeah.
Direct to
Right,
consumer. I
right,
just hate
right.
the fact that she got surgery. But this isn't the show
Yeah.
for that. This is
I
not
am.
the
I
show
know
for that.
B. V.
I can make a show
Hey,
about that though.
hey, when we start getting back
I
in
can
our
make a show
hey,
about that.
if we get in our bag, bro, if we get to talking and not music, bro,
It's over.
it's over, bro.
It's a whole different show, me.
It's a different show, bro.
Oh man. Oh, next piece of
My
news.
bad, B.
Is Lil Yachty launches a new tequila, yacht water. B, I know you're not a drinker, but you say you'll make an exception for some yacht water.
Nah, I'm a pass on that, boy. Get up out of
Uh,
here.
I, if it's good, I might try it. I like tequila. That's my prefer. That's one of my preferred choices for liquor. Because I
All
like
right.
Tito's. Uh,
Tequila.
and
Oh, I had
last
a
piece of news
joke.
we have.
I had a
What?
joke, B. Could I say the joke?
Go ahead.
What what did the nah, I ain't gonna say it, bro. I ain't gonna say it. I ain't gonna say it. We can skip over, bro.
All right.
Uh,
Drake, last piece of news we have is Drake and iHeartMedia reached settlement in Not Like Us airplay dispute. I guess they came to something that they both could agree to. Hey, they said no, no further comments. A lot of people are just speculating, and UMG is still on the table of getting sued or petitioned from Drake. So I'm wondering what's
but
happening
yeah,
because Drake has been settling. Well, it's been said that Drake and so and so party has been settling, except for that UMG court case for Texas that's scheduled in Texas. So I'm wondering,
but
like, what all is being settled exactly?
I heart was saying, well, like from Charlemagne, them, they was like, because they in the iHeart part of the
Hmm.
family, and they was
And
saying
I
how
Heart's here.
it was nothing found. So he just did a petition, so he closed the petition on it. Like, okay, I didn't get nothing from that. So that's pretty much what it is. So they're like, okay, so now let's go over to UMG.
I guess what keeps them from countersuing?
You say what?
What keeps them from countersuing?
Who like iHeart?
Hmm.
I don't know. I guess they reached a agreement on something. But when it
I
comes to
guess my thing is
UMG,
like, what is this agreement? Like, I'm very curious to see what that agreement is.
I don't know.
I know they're not going to tell us, but yeah,
Oh, of course not.
yeah. But I would like to know because I'm nosy. And yeah, that's been about it for hip hop news, current events, and music
Mm.
releases. Let us know what y'all are hyped for and what y'all are anticipating, and some of y'all's comments on some of the recent and enlightening events that's happening in hip hop. But now it's time to get on to the music section of the show because what be? We actually talk about the music?
We talk about the
Let's go
music.
ahead and talk about the only album we have on today's agenda. Uh Reason. I Love You Again album review. I'm not gonna lie. I felt like Reason did not love me by putting this album out.
Yeah,
Uh
it didn't feel like an album though. Felt like
no, it
something.
wasn't. It was a mixtape. He said it was a
Yeah,
mixtape before the actual album itself. He says it in the actual project itself. He's been
yeah.
promoting it as such. But yeah, Reason is a former artist from TDE. He was recently dropped this year. He had like 1 to 2 releases through TDE with the Portraits album. And this album, well, this mixtape right here, he keeps deeming it as a mixtape. 10 tracks, I believe 2 skits in there. Features from Ben Riley, Coyote, Ransom, Hit Boy, and Donna Stewart. Um, who should take the floor first on this one? Be me or you?
Uh, I'll let you take the reins, P. You go, man.
All right. Reason is someone who I'm not new to in terms of like knowing who he is, but I am newer to his music in terms of like me actually listening to it. I have not listened to a prior Reason like project before. I've listened to a song here and there, but none of them ever really grabbed me. So this is my first project actually getting into Reason with. And so Fly Away, we start the project off. I'm like, cool, he's
Hmm.
doing the melodic thing. He's setting the tone. Cool. We got my own stuck in moments. I was like, all right, these are cool songs. He has some skits here and there, I believe, where he's actually, talking to the fans, as he says, because I'm gonna be real, and I know he knows this too. A lot of these blog sites, especially these ones on Twitter, they're not gonna really post Reason like that because they're not gonna get any clout off of this or, get paid off of the interactions for talking
Hmm.
about Reason. So he's using this as a time to actually update his fans, which I do like that. He was like, I know it's a bit out kilter. He sometimes goes on these little tangents and talks about like, yo, let me update my fans. This is where I'm at. If you're still
Hmm.
here supporting me, yada yada, whoop, 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 I'm going through this transition. He lets us know where he's at in terms of like, in the music industry itself. But it's very surface level, and that's the problem with
Hmm.
this whole project right here is that it's very surface level. The one song I really like is Fleece. Um, I liked Hold That. I like Cross the Waters. But I think my biggest gripe with this project is Reason himself. Now, going into this production wise, it was very reminiscent to me of the blog era, and I enjoyed the production. But then the more I kept listening to this project, I kept thinking to myself, Reason sounds familiar. And it dawned on me from how he was using his flows and even the beginning. This sounds like Big Sean. All this is a Big Sean imitation. Literally everything from this, if you put Big Sean's voice over it, you could envision Big Sean saying this. The problem with this is though now is that since I hear Big Sean, Reason's lacking the character. He's lacking the voice to actually, show his personality in these songs. And he's a bit boring. Like this project to me, especially when I look at this and it's missing everything that makes Big Sean like who Big Sean is. This project is very boring. And I hate to compare this to Big Sean, but every time I would listen to this, I'm like, this is stuff that I would hear Big Sean on. This is the production I'd hear Big Sean on. This is stuff I've heard Big Sean on similarly from Detroit. Stuff during the blog era, stuff on Dark Sky Paradise. This is very reminiscent to like a style that Big Sean uses. Even the flows that Reason incorporates, it just comes off very Big Sean-esque. And to me, that was my biggest problem because okay, everybody takes from something. Nothing is new under the sun, right? All right, we get that out the way. But Reason doesn't bring me in as an artist. He's not interesting. Everything is very surface level. I thought this project was going to be you showing me where you are at in life, giving me the life updates, but also showing me a good display of like who you are, especially since this is your debut independently, off of you coming off of a label itself. And so none of this stuff really drew me into Reason himself. You could tell he's a big Kanye fan because he does sample one of Kanye's songs from Late Registration. You could tell that he enjoys some rappers. He keeps saying he's the best from out of Delamo, which I'm like, okay, you're lying because Ab Soul exists. Uh, Overall, for me, Reason is very surface level. To me, this is like in that tier of a Corday, where it's like it's standard raps. Like you're not impressing me with anything on here. And I'm not saying you have to do something completely new, but you're not doing anything interesting to me. My favorite song is Fleece, but that's because of the production. Besides that, I know this sounds very negative, but this is a very boring project. Like, I'm glad that it's as short as it is. It's less than 30 minutes. It's a breeze to get through. And even Hit Boy, his verse sounds like he recorded his verse on the phone and he sent it to Reason. Like, it don't even sound mixed properly. And Hit Boy is a producer, so that's crazy to me. Ransom obviously has the best verse on here, but I feel like he was holding back even too, because Ransom, I think he's a cool rapper, and none of the stuff that he was saying on that verse was really wowing me. Your favorite rapper on here, Boss? He didn't really do anything on here for me either.
Us.
Uh, but yeah, like I said, my favorite song is Fleece. But that's because of the production. Like, oh, she stopped sucking. That it pissed me off. Like it's like, but also, like I said, every time I hear stuff on here, I'm like, this sounds like Big Sean coded. Like that's
Mhm.
all I can think about is like Big Sean, Big Sean, Big Sean. And I'm like, and I killed Big Sean last year for his album. This
Mhm.
sounds like something that could have. This sounds like stuff that could have been on that album, and it would have upped the album a bit more production wise. But also, like I said, Big Sean's personality would have made this stuff stand out a bit more. Reason he didn't interest me rapping wise. He didn't interest me subject matter wise. He didn't interest me in nothing. So yeah, uh, this isn't a bad project. It's a boring project. But if you see boring as bad, then it is a bad project. So yeah, B, what are your thoughts?
Before give my thoughts, I want you to, if you want to get more of him, like understand like him as a person or get a little introspective, his last album, I think it was Porches, right? I was the one. You could get more of that, oh, his story he's trying to tell, or like the inside of like where he's from type thing right here. So when it comes to this project, I feel the same way you feel. I always wanted to like Reason. He has some songs I like the track he has with I think it's Boogie and Absol. I think that's Boogie and Absol. Or Joey, one of them on there. It's just a little single he put out a few years back, and it's a really dope video, and I really like the song on there, and I really like the energy he put on there. But on from this album right here, well, this mixtape, I know he tried to give you a sprinkle of like everything, like what he's good at, I guess. But I don't know, it just didn't hit. It didn't connect with me. I listened to it a few times, really quick listen, 27 minutes. Like you said, he's talking. I liked the song with Coda the Friend, Stuck on Moments. I like that track. It was cool. I like Coda the Friend. I was like, okay, I'm liking this. And then Fleece, I didn't like it. I didn't like Fleece. I'm like, I'm not connected with this. That's when he was like, what he said about the chick he's trying to smash and she not with it. He said something. What did he say? Uh,
You not
what's the
trying to
word he
suck.
said?
That is pissed me off.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, but
the
it was something
song.
else. Yeah, but it was something else he said. I was like, I don't know, that sounded a little cringy. But
Mhm.
now what you think with Boz, I like the production on that and I like Reason on there. I didn't really care for Boss on there. So I'm like, okay. I gave it a star. I liked it. And then Do More Ideas was his little him just talking, right? He was just talking about certain things he want to like work on and things like that. And 100 freestyle with Ben Riley, I like that. I like Ben Riley though. I like some of the stuff he does. I'm ready for him to put out something new and because he has a lot of energy. Like Ben Riley, he kind of saved that track for me. What's up?
how did you like the production on that song with the Kanye flip? I
I don't
thought it
know
was a
how
bit
much
lazy.
I didn't like it as much because it didn't show much creativity into it. It
I'm
just
about to
felt
say
like the
originality. Yeah, I was
yeah,
about to
they
say
had that
that.
much reality, but I liked Ben Riley on that. Reason was cool, but Ben Riley to me kind of
Is he the
I
one that
liked him
sounds like
more.
Jid? He's the
Yeah,
one that
he'll
sounds
give
like
you like
Jid,
a
right?
he has more of a lighter voice. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
like
didn't
his
like him
energy
because of
more.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he just sounded like a broke down Jid.
Yeah. Because it comes kind of like they kind of have that inflection of like kind of sounding like Kendrick in a way as well. Yeah. But I liked it. And then everything else, like Hold That with Ransom and Coyote. Coyote just
They should be. They should have held that.
I didn't really like that one, man. And then I know he was trying to do the whole what's that stuff Kendrick did? I can't think of what he did on there. What did he say? Uh he was he redid a Kendrick thing. You
I don't
remember
know.
what he was saying on there?
The only thing that stuck out for me on that song was when Ransom tried to have that Optimus Prime bar, like I'm watching Transformers, so
Ooh,
something in her prime. I'm just like, okay, 38
yeah,
Special Junior. Like, oh, like
yeah,
okay.
that's the homie. I'm trying to remember what he was saying in that
Mhm.
song.
Sadly, there's no
Dang,
lyrics on here, so I can't look back.
yeah, I forgot. But yeah, Cross the Waters, didn't really care for that either. Cool track, but it wasn't nothing that hold me. And it was nothing here to be like, okay, I'm excited for the new album. And then, he dropped the last track is him talking again. He said we could skip it, so I skipped it. I skipped it the second time. I'm like, I know what you said the first time, so but it's like he wanted to, give the fans something like, oh, like yes, I'm finally free. He named it "I Love You Again." I'm thinking he's speaking of music, like "I love you again." Now, I have you. Um, and then I saw him thank TDE at like a show or something he did.
Mhm.
But this right here, I'm not gonna say I'm excited for the next album, but I will listen to it because I want to know what you're gonna bring. But this right here is not what got me excited. I think my urge of wanting to support and listen to him and actually like him because I feel like I still feel like he has something in him. B. I don't know why. I listen to his stuff. He haven't connected, but I still listen because I don't know. I don't know why. I haven't gave up on him.
To me,
I don't know what it is.
he's very. I think to me, I really want to root for him because him not being on the label, him being held back, not being
Yeah,
able to
wanna.
release, I'm rooting for him as a
Yeah,
person, right?
right.
As much as I know him online
And he
musically,
seemed like a really cool guy. When I
especially like in
heard it
interviews and stuff. I
in
really
interviews
like
and
him in
stuff. Yeah,
interviews.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
And so, I don't know, man. It's like you said, I wanted to root for him. I went into this optimistic, but I came
Hmm.
out after multiple listens. I'm like, this just sounds like Big Sean toned down. But you don't have like the corny bars, the witty delivery, nor the voice, cadence, or personality like a Big Sean. And he even released a song before this album came out, or mixtape, The Soul Part
Hmm.
4, which is kind of like, how Kendrick has his the hearts or Drake has his timestamps. He has
Yeah,
this
he has a
series, I guess,
soul.
called The Soul, which is, I guess, this is his last one, Soulful End. He should have put this as like a last track on the project. Like, why didn't you put this on here? You literally put
Yeah.
this out the same week that this project came out. I don't know why you didn't put this on here, but hey, this would have been the best track easily on here, even though this isn't a wowing track for me, but it still would have been the best track on this project right here. I don't know, it's just baffling, but I want to root for Reason, and I might have to go to Porches, even though Porches does look a bit lengthy in terms of album length time. But yeah, this right here, it was very uninteresting and very boring for me. Um, yeah, like I said, I want to root for him to win, but it's like
Mhm.
you got to give me something to root for.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, that's about it for my
But
thoughts on Reasons I Love You Again.
same, hey, reason, like B said, man, we want to support you. So we're gonna review your next album, of course. I will. I just wanna I don't know, I just want a little more from you. It's something that feel like you holding back. And I see glimpses of it sometimes, like in Portraits, I saw a little bit, even in your first project, even before TDE. What's the name of that? Let me look real quick, B. I just want to get it right. Yeah, there you have it. Like it didn't fully connect, but it was something in there. I'm like, okay, I see why, they found their interest in you and want to sign you. But yeah, I'm gonna continue to, support and hopefully your next project, grabs me, man. It's like your best work. But that's pretty much all I gotta say.
Yeah, reason. I just gotta say, if you want to be a good rapper, I'd say definitely up your bars, your
Mm,
punchlines, do something to make you stand out. Because based off of this, you sound like a average rapper, like an average run
mm,
of the mill rapper, where it's like you, nothing about you sticks out. To me, you don't have any personality on any of this stuff. Like, yeah, maybe your hardcore fans might say that, but it's like we listen to a lot of music, especially for this
mm.
show. You don't really have anything to me that really makes you different or makes you stand out compared to a lot of your peers or people that were before you or after you. So
Yeah.
yeah, this is average. So this is boring for me. But yeah, reasons. I love you again. If y'all have checked it out, let us know what y'all think about this in the comment section down
Mm.
below. Make sure y'all go check it out and go support. He is independent, so definitely want to put that out.
Support them, support them, support them.
But yeah, it's time to get on to the discussion part of the episode B.
Yes,
Worst song
sir.
on great slash classic hip hop albums. What made you think about this one, B?
It's inspired by Rolling Stones did an article about terrible songs on great albums, and they just listed, country albums. And I was like, we could just do this hip hop, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, let me bring this over to the BBC and see what my co-hosts are like this, you know what I'm saying? Because it's always a great album or a dope album we love, and it's just like, why did they put this song on here? You know what I'm saying? Like, even one of my songs is not from a hip hop album, but it's from a hip hop artist, technically. But yeah, B, how many songs you got? I think I have, let me see.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I got 9 because I
I
didn't want to
have
go too
seven.
crazy.
I
Okay.
have seven. Yeah, I have seven.
All right.
So you wanna
We going song for song, B?
yeah, you go first. B.
Nas, Illmatic. One time for your mind.
One time?
I
All
think this
right.
is a song where he's reminiscing. I
Yeah.
went back to listen to Illmatic a bit yesterday, and I was like, oh yeah,
Mhm.
it's towards the end.
Yeah. All right. My first one is Good Kid, Mad City, Backseat Freestyle.
Same. So that's the one that we was talking about. That's the one we linked on, B. That's we
Yeah.
leaked.
It's like I understand we leaked V. Like I understand why it's on there, but I'm like, you
Uh-huh.
could have just went to pure pressure and I'll be fine because I'm with the
Yeah.
homies.
I didn't
You
need
know,
I did for the
I didn't
storytelling
need that.
purposes, we
Yeah,
get it. You're immersing me in this.
yeah, but I do
But as a
not.
song, it's like the weakest
I
one. We get the purpose of it, but it's
we
still
get
a
it.
weak song, no matter
Hmm.
what, however you paint it. Because even
Yeah,
taking this out of the context of the album, this was still on
it
radio. And when you listen to the radio, you don't have context of the album. So
facts. And like this song don't even have to be there, even though I know that hey, bring your freestyles. We got the beats. So I
this could have been
got
an
it, but I'm like,
interlude.
yeah, but
Could have been a
he
skit.
could have cut it short. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm like, dang, I
It didn't it was
re-listened to the
actually a
album.
full-fledged song.
Facts. Re-listen to the album. I think today I was listening to it as well. I'm like, yeah, this one, this one should have been on.
Which one did you think I was gonna say off of Good Kid, Mad City? Because I told you that we
For some reason, I thought you didn't like swimming pools.
no, I like swimming pools.
You like swimming pools?
Yeah.
Oh, was it Poetic Justice? It's one of those two I thought you didn't really care for.
You might be confusing me for Born Sinner. Because Born Sinner
Maybe.
was the one I didn't like the singles off of like that.
But you like the album.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
What's your
that's my
next one
same one
be?
for Good Kid, Mad City as well.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, so
This
she want me
might
to do since oh yeah, nah. So it'll be you. It'll be you
yeah.
still.
Because I have more than you remember. So
Hmm.
you just knocked one of mine out, which is good. My next one. This is an album that recently reviewed, so make sure you go check out the review if you haven't already. Ghostface Killer, Supreme Clientele, Churches La Ghost. I do not like that song.
Yeah. Yeah.
The one with you got on it. Yeah, I was like,
Hmm. Yeah.
get that out of here. And it was a radio single or whatever. I'm just like, what the? I'm like, this one?
I like this one.
I did. I'm like, that one could go.
So my next song is not really from a hip hop album, but it's a hip hop artist. Childish Gambino, "Awaken My Love," the track "California," the California song. I'm like,
Okay.
I put the
California.
California.
But I understand though. I understand.
I'm like, get this out of here. I'm like, bro, like you had me on a roller coaster on a ride, and then you put me California, kind of messed up the vibe to me, bro. I'm like,
Uh-huh.
yeah, I just had to bring that up. I just had to bring that album up, even though it's not hip hop, but still, I had to.
Guys, he just wanted to make this whole section just so he could talk about that.
What's your
My
next one,
next
B?
one, Future, DS2. We should know this one. Rich Sex.
Hey, I already have it on there, B.
Easily, easily, easily. Come on,
B, why?
He had to have a
Why?
song for the ladies.
He had B. He said he had He had two. No, that was bonus. My bad. Wait, but he had Gucci flip flops though.
No, I thought
For
you
the
were about to say
ladies?
freak H word. I thought you were about to say that
Hey,
one, the one that
freak
Master P
hoes,
slip.
freak hoes, freak.
Hey,
Nah,
that
but Rich Sex, I hate that song.
yeah, that one
Did you?
that you get that
But
in
did you
Shaw.
like it at one point?
Hey, the rich sex, the rich sex. I'm not gonna lie, when the album come on though, I'll skip it if I'm listening to the album.
Skip, hey, skip.
All right, what's your next one, B?
Kanye West, graduation, drunken hot girls, B.
Yes, that was one of mine
Yes,
too. That
get
was
this
one of mine
out of
too.
here.
That's on my list.
Drunken hot girls.
I like it,
Why?
B. I actually like it
B.
though. I like
No,
it
good B.
though.
B. Why is that song on the album?
You gotta put Most Def on there somewhere. That's why.
Oh
Oh,
man.
Yasin Bey. My bad.
Yeah, I
Yasin Bey.
said, hey, he was most deaf then.
Okay, so yeah, we gonna call him Most Def back then. But
But
yeah,
nah,
B, that
bro.
that was on my list too because
For
I
real.
actually got I think I got college dropout, late registration, my beautiful dark twisted fantasy on here on my list, which is going
Okay.
to be the last of my list itself.
Hold
Yes,
up. I
drunken
didn't
hot.
put my beautiful dog to his fancy, but I wonder which one you got.
Hey,
You better
no,
not
hey,
have.
B, which one? Hey, do you already know which one in your
I don't
mind?
have one. I don't. I had one, but I took it out because I'm like, I think I actually like the song.
No,
I
no. See,
wonder if
that's
it's
the
the
thing,
same.
though. See, that's the problem with this, or what you put on here. You said
Uh-huh.
worst song on there. You didn't say you
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
like it. So
Right,
that's
right.
why I was
That's
just
true.
like, because I love my beautiful dark was fancy. You can play it backwards,
Hmm.
you can play it forward. I don't care what way you play it, as long as you play
That's
it.
true.
God dang it.
So
I
what's
said,
your?
so you said worst song. I was like
Yeah, yeah.
F,
No, that's
and I
true.
wanted to
That's
make this
true.
hard. I wanted to make this hard on myself.
Yeah,
Pause. I said F it. People gonna kill me for this. Monster.
yeah. You tripping, B? What? Jay Z verse? Jay Z verse was trash.
Jay
Boys
Z.
thought
Rick Ross could have been out of there. Yeah, like you know what
Nicki
I'm
had
saying.
the
Rick Ross
best
had a
verse.
way better verse on "Devil in a New Dress." Of course,
Yeah,
Nicki had
yeah.
the best verse.
Nicki killed it.
You can go on there BSing on that, but B, what would be your worst song on there though?
I
Because at first I was gonna do the song with Bon Iver, the second to last track,
yeah. I was gonna put
Live in America, but
B. I was gonna have Hell of a Life on there. I love that song though, but I was like, no, B. I looked at the track list and I'm like, and I started like, okay, and I'm like, I think I least like Hell of a Life. Then I played it. I said, nah. I was like, no way.
have you
And then I looked at Monster and I'm
ever?
like, I looked at Monster and I'm like, that will be a bit good pick because I only really care for like Nicki verse on there.
See,
So
that's what
I
I'm
got you.
saying.
I got you.
And then
But
plus
now
Jay Z
B,
had a better verse on "So Appalled."
yeah.
Rick Ross had a better verse on "Devil Is a New Dress."
Hmm.
Kanye had better verses all throughout the album. Nicki Minaj is the only one that really stood out on that song.
Hey, I got what, two more or three more? Let me see. Well, I'm gonna do I got Jay-Z, Jigga, that nigga on Blueprint.
B, no.
B, no, I
No,
do
because
not like
I got something off a Blueprint too, and that's not
I
my
don't
one.
I don't like that beat. I hate that hook. I just can't stand it. I can't
What you
stand
talking
it.
about?
Jigga,
Jiggle,
that nigga,
jigga, jigga,
that,
that
yeah,
jigga.
I
No
hate that
nothing
beat.
for me,
I,
from.
I hate that, bro.
That's
I
right.
hate it.
Especially the way it starts.
I hate it, B. What about you?
No,
What
I
you got on
like that
Blueprint?
song. Girls, girls,
Girls,
girls.
girls,
Get
girls.
that
I
ish out
love
of
that
here.
song. I love that song. I love
No,
that song.
no.
Girls, I do adore. Like I love that song, bro. I
How could
don't.
you
I don't.
take that out? Imagine
But
someone
look at
saying
that.
"Song Cry" is the worst song on there, though. Imagine that.
Nah, 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 nah. Come on, relax. But B, like that hook is ass. That's a bad hook. Nuh-uh. No way.
No, the me for
Mm-mm.
chicka chicka that chicka. Come on, man. That song is hard. That feel like a theme song. Come on. As soon
Hey,
as look, if Jay-Z was a wrestler and he had to walk out, that would be his theme song because he's that Negro. Come on.
good. I do not like that hook. But
Man, that hook is hard. You
my
bugging.
my next one is another Jay-Z joint from Black Album. Justify My Thug. I do not like that song,
Which
bro.
one is
I'm
that one?
sorry.
Is that the one? Who
I'm
who
trying to
produced
think of
that
the
one?
hook.
I gotta remember. I gotta remember
Let me look and see who
I
produced
can
it.
look it up, but go ahead, talk about it. I'll look it up.
I do not. It's another thing with the hook. Early Jay-Z stuff, like especially around that time, like '04 was, Black Album. Thinking about an album that's pretty it's pretty much like untouchable. When you listen to it, it's like, oh yo. everything on here is pretty much fire. But that's one track I do not like the hook on it, and I want to repeat it, but it's not coming to me right now.
It's right
I
here.
freaking
Justify my thug for you. My thug.
no,
Hoping. My thug praying for you.
bro, the hook. No, you got to let the girl sing. It's not good. You got to
It's
hear the
produced by
song.
DJ Quick. Yeah, I gotta hear it. I don't
Yeah,
remember this one specifically
yeah.
because either way, I think off of like first, like when I first think of Black Album, I probably choose Change Clothes real quickly.
I love Change Clothes,
I
even though it was a
like it,
hit.
but that'll be the one I'll
But
change
that
though.
ain't my worst.
No, 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 no,
Justify my
no,
thug.
no, no,
Yeah.
no. No, the one I change is 99 Problems. I don't like that beat like that. Damn, damn.
Come on, mate. Get out of here, bro. Nah, get out of here.
That beat. Well, I mean, your favorite version of that album is the Linkin Park one, so I can't even really talk to you.
I got one more. Dude, no,
Go
have you
ahead.
done yours yet?
Oh, okay. Let me do mine because I'm actually now even with you, kind of. Uh, second to last one. Kanye West, late registration, late. It's like towards the end of the
That's the
album. I think it's the
end.
last track. That's the last track. I think it's.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. I
I think
love
that's
that,
how it
bro.
goes. Yeah.
It's hard for me to pick anything on there that's the worst song on there.
So my thing is right. You know my qualm with late registration. I think after Dear Mama, the album kind of like falls off structurally and consistently. What like cohesiveness? Let me say that because
Mhm.
it's consistent throughout the whole thing. Cohesively, it falls off after Dear Mama. But you know, some of those songs, I'm like, all right, I gotta choose between some of these songs after Dear Mama because everything from the intro track to Dear Mama, perfection. I wouldn't change a goddamn thing on that album. Everything after that, I'm just like, all right, I can start picking and choosing which ones I don't care for. And I think Late would have to be that one.
I don't know why I can't think of it late right now, but till you did that. But nah, it's hard. I couldn't even think about that album.
Mm-hmm.
But my last one is Highlights. Kanye West.
Highlight.
Highlights.
Oh, off of
Highlights.
my the Life of Pablo.
Life of Pablo.
What? Ding,
Great
ding, ding,
song.
ding,
Great song. Bad
ding,
lyrics,
ding,
B.
ding. Is that the
When he
one with the
goes,
GoPro?
if me and Ray J would be friends, hey, we'll love the same bitch. But look, bro, song is amazing. The lyrics, bro, and to me, when I look at the whole album, I think that's the worst song on the album, in my opinion. And because the lyrics, sometimes I wish my cat go, bro. Like,
Well,
well,
B, you
bro.
already know how I feel about that album. Lyrically, I think that album is because
Oh, it's bad, but
even
he still
Father Stretch My Hands, the lyrics on that song is bad
it's
until you
bad.
get
It's
to that
bad.
chorus.
But that song is that chorus is such a freaking
It's
goated
iconic. Mm-hmm.
beautiful morning.
Morning,
You're the sun of my
especially the beat drop
morning.
on it, the beginning and the beat drop. Oh my gosh!
B,
Yeah,
you
I can see like,
did you watch the live stream of that when
is
it
that the
came
one he
out with
was
it?
with the red hoodie or whatever? He
Did you
was like
watch
at
that
some
live
fashion
stream
show. I
when
think
it
so.
came out? Oh no, I was hey boy, I had
I'm
a
not sure.
I was lit. But
No, that
nah,
song is
bro.
hard. But highlight, okay, I can
The
understand that one. I
I
can
was just
understand.
like the lyrics, bro. But what's your next track? That's my last track.
My last one, College Dropout, Kanye West. Breathe in, breathe out. The one with him and
Oh yeah.
Ludacris.
Yeah,
I'm like,
that
all
could
right, get
be
that ish out of here.
yeah, because Luda on there. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like, to me, that just does not fit College Dropout. It was like you just wanted the Ludacris feature at that point. You just try to
hmm
put him on anything. I'm just like, Kanye, this is not the song.
Nah, not
But
it.
hey, I mean, hey.
But us doing this made me think about I put a list of two songs that made me think about if I won't forget that when I was thinking about worst songs, I was like, B, we might have to do a worst song a rapper ever made. And the song that came onto my head was like Jay-Z Ghetto Techno. Have you ever heard that? You ever heard
Which one is
Jay-Z
that
Ghetto?
one?
It was like an unreleased song. It was supposed to be on Blueprint 3, I believe. It is so
I
freaking
gotta hear
bad.
it.
I'm about
I
to
don't know
see you the
why,
link
but the
to
way
it.
you describing it to me, it reminds me of 50 Cent when he did Ayo Technology with Justin Timberlake.
Nah, that's much better song.
Yo,
That's a much better song.
golly
But you know
gee.
another song that's like the worst song ever. It was a
What?
snippet. Was the Kid Cudi flex, flex, flex,
Oh, I
flex,
remember that. Was
flex.
that the one with the snippet on there?
Yeah, the
He did the
snippet. Yeah,
video.
bro.
Oh
Flex,
no.
flex, flex.
They said this is one of the worst
B,
of all time.
you You gotta add that in the clip, bro. Flex. That song is so horrible, bro. I was just thinking about. I was like, B, we might have to do a list. Worst songs a rapper ever made, bro.
Oh man,
Oh my
that was
God.
hilarious.
That made me think. I was like, man, what's the worst songs? And I just started thinking about. So like, yo, I remember that freaking ghetto techno song by like Jay-Z. I'm like, I can't believe he did that song, bro. It's so
There's a
bad. We
lot of
go.
times where I'm like, Jay-Z, I cannot believe you did this. Dog. Like, what are we doing right now?
Boy was trying to make some ghetto techno, bro. It's
Oh
crazy.
my
But now
gosh,
Kid
no.
Cudi Flex is so bad.
Oh
Boy
my
had to
god.
erase that, bro. And everybody kept it.
Hey, facts. Hey, now it's a meme. That's crazy when
It's
the
a
song you
freaking
working on becomes a
meme.
meme.
What we thought that thing was gonna do. One thing about Cudi, bro, he'll do like some simple stuff and think it's so hard. Like
Uh,
his little fans will eat it up, bro. Oh my
that's why I'm
God.
like, he's one of the most carried rappers. He's one of the most coddled rappers, I could say. Because
Yes, bro.
boy, he got
He's
that
super
fan base.
coddled.
He got that one fan base that they'll support anything. I'm just like, dog, y'all gotta have
Facts.
standards for yourself at one point.
Facts.
Yeah, y'all let us know what the worst song on any great slash classic hip hop albums y'all got in the comment section down below. Now, B, we gotta talk about this Willie D talk. Houston
Willie
legend
D.
and the Ghetto Boys.
Houston legend, man.
He had a recent clip going viral. I know Art of the Dialogue posted it, and I know Willie D has his own podcast show. And he was talking
Mm,
about basically, does lyricism matter? Because a lot of people like to check off lyricism as the most important box that you need as a rapper, and that a lot of people don't consider Tupac a lyricist, and some people consider Tupac to be one of the greatest rappers to have ever existed. So if Tupac, quote unquote, does not check this quote unquote lyricist box, does lyricism really matter? Now, B, you said that me and Kiko was kind of going back, not back and forth, but Kiko said something, and I also related to it as well, which I'm trying to
yeah.
find a
I
tweet.
saw you going back and forth with another gentleman in the thread.
Yeah, so what it was is Kiko initially says something to the effect of, he's been on this whole kick that like you don't need relatability to say that a rapper is good, which I'm just like, I
Oh yeah, I
agree,
agree
you
with
don't
that.
need it. You don't, it's not a needed factor. It can be an added factor, but everything when it comes to actually talking about hip hop rappers, I mean, hip hop artists and things like that, it's all going to be subjective because the
Mhm.
only way to quantify certain things is looking at metrics and numbers. But this isn't like basketball where it's a sport where you look at technicalities and things like that, right? Unless it's like actual lyrical techniques, but we're not doing that. That's weird.
Mhm.
So Kiko's been on this thing, and he says one of the tweets he says is being a good lyricist has nothing to do with being able to relate to it. It's simply about putting pen to page, well, whether the listener relates to it or not. Majority of white America can't relate to rap artists, and they are the biggest consumers. So why would that matter? I completely agree with that. You have any
Yeah.
notes on that one, B?
No, I agree. I just think that my whole thing is when you think about an MC, you got to bring in more elements. Like even with Kiko, like Kiko's all about bars, but he also got to understand that he also likes something more into a rapper as well. Because if they say J. Cole the best rapper, Kiko clowns J. Cole, and all to me is he's loved for being a good rapper, right? Because to
Yeah.
me, I mean not Kiko, but J. Cole's.
But a lot of people, love J. Cole because of his
I know,
humbleness, because he
you know,
relates to the people. Yeah.
yeah, but I'm just saying, but Kiko don't relate to J. Cole,
True.
but but he also don't like his bars either. So, but I'm like, but this is not a shot at Kiko. This is more of a shot at the people, really.
Hmm.
So why is J. Cole? He's just a good rapper. Why he's not grabbing more people? Like why the people that's more pure into the lyrics not connecting with Cole like that?
Hmm.
So I think it's more into an MC. Like even though you have some dope bars, you gotta have some charisma to it. Like 38 Special, like you didn't connect with him when it comes to songs. But you say, oh, if I could special 38 Special doing that on the freestyle, it sounds fire. Because
Yeah.
it's the setup, it's the punchline setups. It sounds so dope. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? But he also has that character. He funny with it.
Hmm. And
You know,
see in the
yeah, and
rhythm, he got that rhythm.
you know what I'm saying? It brings you in. I think yes, it's more than relatability and it's more of lyrics. It's more of a like that presence you actually bring on a mic as well. And also layers that you can add. How far you can take your writing, like how detailed you can get. Like look at Nas. If you listen to Nas, Nas is be honest. Nas can be. If you look at Nas, you'll be like, yo, Nas is a boring rapper.
Compared to a Jay-Z, yes, I agree.
I'm saying when it comes to like,
But
yeah,
he's one of my favorites. He's one of my favorites. Just
same,
facing that right now.
same. But I'm just saying, if you just listen to Nas and not understand how layered he can get and actually bring you into the out to song, especially with storytelling, like
Mm-hmm.
who else gonna bring you a rewind? Like Nas does things like that. You know what I mean? He bring you in more with the storytelling
Mm-hmm.
and the technicalities of like his writing skill. Like, come on, bro. Like, that's crazy. Like, I feel like you have
Yeah.
to add more to it. But yeah, I understand what Kiko's saying. More than relatability, because like you said, especially him bringing up the white audience, how they can't freaking relate to like people shoot 'em up, bang bang. A lot of people being in the hood, because majority
Mm-hmm.
of white people not living the life that majority of maybe some black people will understand. Also, family members, or if they not actually living into it, they actually have probably family members or parents actually went through that life, but they not right here with it, but they connected in a way. So
Yeah.
I understand it. I think it was a really good topic. It was just, I think it actually kind of it, it can bring you in the space of like we have this conversation like as if black is black culture, also hip hop culture, because we starting to I starting to hear people trying to divide it because it's starting to understand that black people don't even know what black culture is. That's what I'm starting to get. You know what I mean? They feel like it's a whole nother thing. They're trying to separate the two. So it's like if we put those in there, white people could relate to the black culture. It could
So
get diluted.
so we've talked about this before, and I've said the
Yeah.
same point before, but I'll reiterate it for those who are new. If I go up to five people and I ask them to tell me what is black culture and define it to me, you won't be able to. You could give me
Mm-mm.
examples of it, but you won't be able to actually define black culture. So I think certain characteristics help define black culture. I think hip hop is a subsector of black culture, but I don't think hip
Mm-hmm.
hop is purely black culture because there's people we've let into hip hop that aren't black, but
Mm-hmm. And
they
also
fit into the culture.
contribute to hip hop and not being a part of black culture.
Exactly. And so I don't think it's exclusively black, but hip hop is a subsector of black culture. I will say that
Mm-hmm.
it stems from black culture. It comes from it.
Mm-hmm.
For me, going to the topic of the lyricism and relatability and things like that, I agreed with Kiko because I'm just like a lot of white suburbia is not relating to Tupac. They're not
Mm-hmm.
relating to Kendrick Lamar. And these are like the biggest like people
Consumers.
supporting this music, consumers of it. The people that's consuming a lot of the music in hip hop is the white consumer base. A lot of these people are not relating in terms of like living with these lived in experiences like these artists are. My
Let
main
let's
example
take
was like Tupac.
let's
Like a
take it
lot of these.
this.
Go
My
ahead,
bad.
take
It's
it away.
all art and entertainment. You all can connect with art in a way. Like let's do it from this. Let's say how black people and like a lot of rappers was obsessed with like mafioso, mafia mentality, mafia movies and stuff like that. We wasn't a part of that culture, but we felt connected. We have rappers naming themselves after mob bosses, you
Mhm.
know, being rapping about the Gambino family and stuff like that. But we had nothing
Raekwon.
to do with that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same thing. It's art. We all be a fan of these movie characters. It's the same thing as like uh a white suburban kid watching their favorite rapper is like entertainment. It's a character they fall in love with. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Even though the stuff that this rapper talk about could be in like our neighborhood, we probably know a guy like that. You know what I'm saying? Actually doing the things that he's rapping about. But in entertainment, he's not real life. He's just an entertainer. You get what I
Hmm.
mean? So, so yeah,
And
they can.
one,
It's not the.
uh,
It really nothing to do with relatability.
and one of the points I was making because you saw me going back and forth with someone. Shout out to
Hmm.
Clyde Cyrus. I believe he is a rapper as well. You
Hmm.
know, like I was telling Kiko, I was like, relatability is an added factor for me to like a certain artist, like a Drake. Because I
Hmm.
said, Bun B and Freddie Gibbs are two of my favorite lyricists of all time. I don't be relating to what they saying. I'm like, I can just
Hmm.
appreciate the art form itself. And so, there was a thing that Clyde Cyrus said that they definitely relate to Pac. You don't have to list someone's experience to relate to their message. And my main thing was understanding and relating are two completely different things.
Hmm.
They're not always like a separate thing. They could collide, but it's not always the same thing. Like you can understand where Pac is coming from, especially with the way he told his story through his music and what you watching through the interviews and things like that and the stories that you hear from him. But I feel like it's harder for a lot of people to actually relate to Pac because
Mhm.
not a lot of people are like Pac. A lot of people take from Pac, a lot of people are inspired by Pac, things like that. But it's going to be hard to relate to Pac.
Even
A lot of
even
people
as a
don't live
black
in those
person,
experiences. Exactly.
yeah,
Like
like
most black people ain't
having
living that experience.
most black people don't have two parents that was Black Panthers and stuff like that inside the organization. Like that's a different. Like he was so close in depth to like black, activism and stuff like that, and
Hmm.
reaching back to the community. Some people was just in there; they didn't have that. Also, that POV. You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
I don't know. It's
And but then we also talk about the stuff that he was talking about in the music, like the hood politics and things like
hmm
that, gang culture and stuff like that, the war on drugs, everything like that.
hmm
And so, Clyde Cyrus, he said something like, "Oh, but what about the songs like Dear
Dear
Mama and
mama.
Keep Your Head Up and stuff, and Brenda's Got a Baby." I think he said that one. I could be wrong on that
hmm
one. But he said those aspirational songs. I'm like, well, yeah, but like that's not all of Pac's catalog. Like all of Pac's catalog is not inspirational music or
Think about it.
aspirational music.
Like R. Kelly made freaking uh I'm the world's greatest. That ain't his
Hmm.
all his stuff is not inspirational. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
a lot
saying?
of it is very sex
Bro,
driven.
that song was our school song in elementary school. That was a school song. The World
And
Greatest
that's
by
the
R.
one where he was
Kelly.
in the music video with the boxing ring, right?
Yeah, like I'm that lighter in the sky. That's so crazy. Elementary school.
Yeah, nasty, nasty. That's why they call him the Pied Piper. Have you ever realized what the Pied?
Yeah, who the Pied Piper is. Yeah, he used to sing to the kids. Yeah, the
Yeah,
Pied
nah,
Piper.
get them carried on rats to
Yeah,
him.
reference.
Nasty
Yeah, yeah.
bastard. How did no one figure that out? Me, that's nasty.
Pied,
Me,
Pied Piper of R&B.
that's nasty. Me. That's nasty. But yeah, I don't think relatability. I don't think lyricism is a needed factor to be a great artist.
Mhm.
Uh, because there's a lot of rappers who make dope songs and they not lyrical. So,
And
my thing
lyrical
is,
subjective, bro.
it's very subjective unless you want to start going on the technicality stuff like, oh, the double
hmm
entendres or the triples. But you need the
hmm
artist to really like break it down to let you know that's what they was thinking because a lot of us, and we know this from a lot of other fan bases as well, they'll pull and pick stuff out that was never even intended from the artist out of that lyric right there. So
hmm
a lot of it is subjective, but also lyricism is like a skill. It is a skill set as well that you can build and learn. But it's all subjective on how high you see that lyricism, basically. So I do agree with that.
hmm
But yeah, I don't think it's a needed factor, lyricism. But I think if you want to be a great rapper, be the whole package, be like a Kendrick Lamar essentially. Yeah, you're gonna need some lyricism. But besides that, you don't need lyricism to have a hit song. You don't need the lyricism to have a great song. Even though I
hmm
guess lyrical is subjective to everybody, like, oh, what's lyrical? Oh, I can make a great song, so my pen is great. Therefore, I'm lyrical. I don't know. Then you get into the weeds of it, the
Semantics. Oh.
semantics. It'd be like, oh,
hmm
well, you write lyrics, so you're obviously a lyricist. And I'm just like, all right, dog, like, come on.
It's the way you say things that people give you that lyrical. With a rapper, it's more technical. But you look at Scarface, to me, he's a lyricist, especially when it comes to how he. It's not about how he say it. It's like what he say, what he connect with you. He know how to say the right things. He know how to like paint that picture so well. Like,
Yeah,
bro,
he's
he can make you
descriptive.
get really emotional. It's like with the I don't know if you're a Bob Dylan fan, but Bob Dylan not the best singer, but what people connected to it with the things he was saying. And he's heralded as one of the biggest, the best lyricists when it comes to musicians. So it
Yeah,
is
for
what it
sure.
is, man. It's all subjective, man. It's all art. It's up to
Yeah,
your
that's all
interpretation.
music is.
Yeah.
But yeah, y'all let us know. Does lyricism matter? Was Willie D tripping? Let us know in the comment section down below, man. B, what about this interview that you've been really hyped for? That you was blowing my phone up about it, even on your birthday, B. I'm just like, come on, B. This is
Come
some
on, man.
nasty
Come
work.
on.
Come on,
But
Ye
nah,
and
bro, I
Andrew
see
Tate,
that.
B. The ultimate red
We,
pill pod.
hey, man, we see that Tate back. He touched back in the sand of USA, man. I think he did a podcast with, I don't know if you're familiar with him, Patrick Bet David. He's a
Oh yeah,
political
the
guy.
money
Yeah,
dude.
yeah. He do money, more political. He also into a little uh what they call it? Multi-level marketing, you know what I'm saying? A little scammy.
Mhm.
But
I've watched some
I
of his
saw that
stuff.
I saw he didn't put it on YouTube because Andrew Tate obviously can't be on YouTube, right? But he
Mhm.
posted it up on his podcast. And I saw that Ye posted Andrew Tate back in America, Andrew Tate ex Ye uh interview, and I'm like, come on, man. This is something we don't need. We do not need these two guys in the same room. That's the first thing I thought about. We see how crazy Kanye is on Twitter right now. We know all the antics he's doing. If he get in the room with Andrew Tate, it's gonna be insane. The stuff they're gonna say, B. The
So you
stuff they're gonna
know,
do.
I was a red pill connoisseur because I feel like it's really gotten the toilet ever since Kevin Samuels passed. It had a
RP the
little bit of life to
Podfather,
it. Yeah, R.I.P. the
Godfather.
Godfather. So for me, I followed Andrew Tate's career even when he was started bubbling until he became as
Hmm.
big as he was, and I always felt like a lot of these red pill guys and the red pill ideology, it's like a religion, and is you liking it is based off of who your preacher is, quote unquote,
Hmm.
right? And so Andrew Tate, he does leave a nasty taste in a lot of people's mouths. His name is he's definitely gotten spat on.
Hmm.
People like Sneeko who quote unquote followed him. People don't like that. People don't like some of his talking points, his takes, unless it's something that they align and agree with. Because
Hmm.
I know he had like a pro trans thing, and everybody was like, "Oh, is Andrew Tate finally coming around?" When really it was like very like kind of insulting. But
He was trolling.
yeah, that's all it is. To me, Andrew Tate is a character. Like he is a caricature of like what a red pill person would be, even though he says he's dropped that moniker. I think if they were to have a podcast, they would need a strong mediator. They would definitely have to have something like that.
Who's gonna
Uh, this
mediate Kanye West?
this will be the most chaotic thing ever be. I'm not gonna lie. And the worst part is Andrew Tate, Myron, they cool. What if he brings Myron on? And Myron's on the same timing as Kanye was a few years ago about the,
We
a
don't.
certain. So that's
You
why I'm
see
just
the?
like, this stuff could
I
get
know you saw that
crazy.
meet and greet. You see the type of people Myron bring out.
Oh yeah, they said it's a dweeb convention.
Man, I
But
tell him
I'm just
Sam.
saying because certain talking points that Kanye has said before, Myron and them, I see those clips going viral now. Like that Myron also shares. A lot of people in that sector also share as well against a certain group.
Yeah,
So
Myron wants to be a white supremacist so bad, bro.
yeah, and so Sneeko was in a meeting with Ye, so I don't think that this is like an impossible thing.
Yeah,
That's why I'm saying that because Sneeko and what's the boy that people don't like, the white guy, the one that
Aiden Ross. Oh yeah,
and they
I
was
don't
in the
think
rooms with
I
Kanye.
don't even think
So
you can say his name on YouTube. B.
oh, okay, well, I mean it'll be censored out, but
He's a
yeah,
sicko.
yeah, he is. But yeah, this is an interview that is going to do numbers because of the two
Yeah,
people. But it's going to be the most. What if this is like the most purest, like wholesome, like conversation ever be?
I don't see that
I
happening.
highly doubt that. Yeah, that's like
Yeah,
in a bizarre world.
and
But
and
what
they
if
have a
it is though?
Chicago. They got a Chicago connection. B. They both like from Chicago. You know what I'm saying? So this might be. It's gonna be nothing but it's gonna be like Chirac in that joint, bro. They're gonna be spitting off all type of racial slurs, and it's gonna be crazy. It's just something we don't need. I do not need Kanye West, Ye, uh, in any connection with Andrew Tate. I just don't think they energies need to mesh. I don't think they need to be in the same room. You know what I mean? I think they need to be far away from each other, as possible. And yeah, I think Ye needs some help, and I think Andrew Tate needs to go back to Lithuania, whatever he was at. Like
I think it's
just
Romania.
stay, yeah, Romania. Stay in your little mansion with your little e-girls and do your thing, bro. We don't need to hear all that stuff. They be wilding, bro. Like they get on my nerves. Like I get sick of these freaking losers sometimes, B. Pisses me
I feel
off.
that. See, these guys don't annoy me because there's certain things I could categorize where I'm like, this is like
Hmm.
caricature stuff. Like I don't really care for this. Like certain topics do annoy me, but like them, I'm just like, I
It
can just
just
ignore them
I
easily.
it sucks because yes, I could find something I agree with from anybody, but when it comes to the people that gravitate to this content, B, it's like it's really nasty. It's like, bro, look at you. It's no way because they take everything they say by law. I know, like you said, yo, used to be, watching red pill content. You can grab to what you grab to help yourself, but you're not gonna be freaking stands over these people. They like live
No, I
by
was
like
never. Like there's
Ryan
stuff I disagree with a
Myron
lot of
Gaines and
them.
all them. Yeah. And
Yeah.
these people don't know how a lot of them guys that follow them, they don't have a backbone. They just looking
Yeah,
for a
they,
daddy.
yeah, they don't know how to categorize stuff. They don't have a father figure in their life, which, hey,
Yeah.
whatever. But there's certain like I told you, it's more so the money stuff that I go to the purpose
Yeah.
driven stuff. Like that's
It
more my
just
bag.
it's just sick. I don't want the red pill to bleed into the freaking hip hop community, which I think it did already.
I kind of think red pill stems from the red pill community. I actually talked about it in a Mike Jones
You
video.
said you think red pill stem from the hip hop community?
I think parts of it in terms of certain talking
What
points
modern?
stem from it.
Modern? You talking about modern
Yeah,
red
modern
pill?
hip hop. Yeah, because look at Mike Jones back then. Like that's a lot of like talking points in terms of like dating and status and all that when it comes to red pill. Like, oh, like women want a man with money. Like women, like, they won't
But
talk to you.
that's from the beginning of times, man. That's what they call it. When
No,
a
but I'm
woman
saying
goes
like
from
certain topics that they'll quote lyrics. Like that's what I'm saying. Certain stuff they'll
yeah.
pull from. Like I'm not saying like that's always a stereotypical hip hop thing was like, oh, I got money and all the girls
Uh,
want me.
what's
That's what
the
I'm saying. Certain points in hip hop where I'm
yeah
like, okay, this red pill is pulling from this easily.
yeah
Because what other genre of music really like glorifies that to a degree?
like
That I don't know.
glorified?
I'm literally asking you like
Yeah, you can have
what
like it's like
genre of
old like
music?
punk songs about like girls not wanting them, didn't want them. Now I'm in a band.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's like it goes across like genres.
Hmm.
R&B does it. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
It's just it goes across. It's because it's an actual. It's
I think
just
that's an
normal
actual
human
thing that's
interaction.
been
It's just
in.
something that's real. Like
Yeah.
people be cool in high school, the girl didn't want them, and then when they go get money or become like a cool guy out of high school, the
Mhm.
girl want them. It's just a natural thing. But women are naturally what's the word I'm looking for when they
Hypergamous.
go hypergamous. Yeah. So that's just how it is.
B, that was kind of sexist of you. So let's go ahead and move topics.
Now, I'm just saying, if you go back in history and go to time, now I ain't gonna
Where
stop
kings
because
had
I get
multiple wives and
A
stuff
B
like that.
A B. I'll be like this. So I get in my red pill bag.
That's
So
why I'm
when you,
using. Hey,
that's how they be B. I'm getting my red pill bag B.
nah, I mean that's why certain stuff. Like if you would say certain stuff like that, people would assume that's red pill. But I'm like, is this not common sense?
Yeah.
That's why
Hmm.
red pill. When you look at the actual meaning of it, like yeah, that stuff aligns with it. But also,
Hmm.
it's like that should be common sense. But a lot of people don't see it as that. But yeah,
Yeah.
going off that topic, when was the last change in hip hop history, and where do we go next? B,
Yeah. So
what's yours?
this topic stems from I've been collecting, not even collecting, but reading little hip hop books. And one of the books that I'm need to finish, but I keep going back. I kind of been skipping through the pages. It's Questlove's book, Hip Hop is History. And he speaks on how hip hop changed every 5 years. And I started thinking, I was like, I know we had the discussion about like SoundCloud, blog era, and we're in a streaming era now. So the streaming era was like the last biggest change, would you say, when it comes to hip hop music, period? They kind of like moved it into another direction, especially when it comes to volume and quality over quantity in a way. Kind of feel more content-ish, even though if you look at it in the grand scheme of things, it's always technically been content. But
Hmm.
I was thinking like, what's the next change? Because I know we had a brief discussion about how I was telling you how I think that things is gonna kind of go back into more of a direct to consumer type of deal. And I want to ask you what you think will happen in the next 5 years. Like what could be a change? Like what could we go next after the streaming era? Like are we just stuck here, or like will we move to another, you know, era? I would say. Like, are we reaching another era? Will we go into another era? Do you see it happening?
I think the problem is you got to think about the consumer, right? Because the
Hmm.
consumer is the person that you got to make happy. Streaming is too good of a deal, B. And with
Hmm.
streaming 2.0, it's getting scary.
Hmm.
Um, I'm trying to think what's the best, but it's like whatever artists want to do, it's not best for the consumer. Because yes, an artist could profit more by taking their stuff off of streaming, doing direct to consumer. But then they'll force the consumer to have to shell out money independently for that artist. Versus, oh, I paid $10. I have every single song that's ever made in the world in my hand. Versus
Hmm.
artists here right wants $5. That's half of my Spotify subscription right there going to this one artist right here. There's
But
multiple artists I love.
you don't think that's going to get more scary of like, okay, throughout years, as we all have these subscription services, this it it's going up in price, in price, in price.
Hmm.
It's going to get to a point where I think it's going to be, okay, you have this big, library of music. I think they're going to start charging us way more than they charging us now. Like, yes, we pay what? How much you pay? You got Spotify, right? Yeah. I used to
Yeah,
pay what,
but I got
15?
me
I
and my
have
girl.
Duo. I had Duo, that's 15,
Yeah,
right? Fifteen
I think
99.
it's like 17 now, 17, 18.
Yeah, so it's like 17, right? And we have you
Yeah,
single, it's like you just one person, it's what, $10 or something like that?
I think so.
I think it's gonna get to a point because you brought up streaming 2.0 when now the labels are trying to have more connection with, oh, we give it, you could get this and get tickets, or we have merch, we have, what I'm saying? Usually when it comes to merch and stuff, a lot of the artists handled that themselves because that was a way that they could make money, especially from like touring and stuff, right?
Hmm.
I think that they're gonna get to a point like we're already comfortable. We're already bought into the streaming. Like even when it comes to Netflix, Disney and all this stuff, they going up on prices like crazy. I
Hmm.
think they already got us stuck, B. They about to F us, bro. If we continue to go this down this road of streaming. But like you said, it's a good deal, but I think it's gonna get to a point where like we're stuck and they're gonna be charging us an arm and a leg
So
for this music.
I don't think we're ever stuck. I think it's all about
You don't think it's stuck?
accessibility, accessibility and
That's when you
ease. Because think
but I
about it
think
like
that
this, B. We could allegedly still download everything we want to combat that.
mhm.
If it gets too high in price, we could still
But B
allegedly.
but B, look at it like this. How many times you remember back in the day, allegedly we can easily go to a website, hit a little link, boom. It's not that accessible as it used to be. Like it's
It's
not
still
many sites that's doing it. I'm saying
oh,
not at the range that it used to be.
okay.
You
I
know what I'm
agree.
saying?
Hmm.
And they're getting more clever when it comes to like, we all
Cracking down
have
on the copyrights and stuff like
yeah,
that.
and we all have these VPNs, different things we're doing out in these streets,
Allegedly.
allegedly. It's gonna be, I just feel like the record label, industry, the big corporations, when they see a shift in culture happens, they always try to get ahead of it. And it's starting to scare me, bro.
I think the direct to consumer and the streaming 2.0 kind of like crosshairs because now they're trying to give you more bang for your buck with the streaming 2.0, giving you more access to certain
The,
things that a
that's
lot of stuff is being offered with the direct to consumer thing.
But when we talked about that, I brought up how they're kind of messing it up for artists that that don't really make much money off streaming, but make a lot of their money off merch, and they handle that stuff from the inside with their people instead of the label. And if the label trying to cut them a deal, and a lot of artists gonna be like, okay, cool, I don't have to do much of this. Let's get this to the label. And you know what?
Mhm.
What it's just scary, bro. Like I'm not trying to be all like a pessimist right now. Like I'm not in the music industry, but like just thinking about big corporation and what they do to the people down here on earth, where we it feel like they up in the sky looking over us. That's how I be
Mhm.
feeling. But it's like I don't know, man. I was just thinking about that. Like, what's gonna happen? Like, what are they getting ahead of? Like, we talked about the deals they doing with the TikTok, Facebook, Meta. Like, they working on something, dog. And it's they working on something, and they see something because we got AI and we got more artists embracing AI for different reasons. I see Rakim is working on some type of AI thing.
Mhm.
We had Lupe doing one. We got Beanie
Beanie
Siegel just
Siegel.
doing stuff with his voice. We saw that labels a few years ago tried to have a whole created AI artist, So something with tech, because we're so digital, we're in this digital era, that it's gonna hit another era, bro. You got streaming 2.0, but I think I haven't thought hard enough about it, but they going to another direction. And I just don't I don't see it yet, but I don't
I,
know.
I guess the thing is like, what does the consumer want? Because honestly, B, if you wanted something physically, you could go on that. I mean, you go on that artist's website, you could go buy it if you want to support said artist.
But we want the fast food, B.
Yeah. So I'm saying because, and I kind of fear because a lot of people, especially this generation that's listening to music more, they're not in the. They was never accustomed to buying music like us or our parents were.
Mm-hmm.
So they're already messed up because they're conditioned to, oh, $10 a month, I get everything I want.
And then a couple of them are having a phase of like, oh, it's cool to buy vintage,
Hmm.
vintage technology. Like, let's go get a cassette. Let's go get some vinyl. Let's get a CD. But not many of them are going to do that. That's a select few. And it's got to the point where it's like Facebook, right? When all our parents got on Facebook, we moved away, right? Once your parents, our parents, grandparents was the biggest consumers of music and buying physical media. Once they got away from it, it's a freaking wrap. Like you
Hmm.
got the old guard going into it, And that mean, the kids that our kids and stuff like that, they're just gonna be built into the technology era. I don't know, man. It's just I'm trying to think like what's the next goal because it can't stay like this forever. It's either gonna get worse, and I don't see it getting better. I don't know. It's just a thought.
It's not gonna get better, especially
Yeah.
with they got that Even app now where like Mick Jenkins recently did this where he had an EP come out and it's
Hmm.
exclusive to that
Even.
Even app, Even.biz or whatever. J. Cole
Hmm.
did it with his podcast
Oh, he has
slash
his
2014
blog. Yeah.
45th Drive. Yeah, he did it with that stuff. And they said that, oh, that's like a straight to consumer thing, which is I guess like a Bandcamp, but you could stream music
Hmm.
off of it. I don't know.
But
And you could
Bandcamp,
download the actual
and one thing about Bandcamp, a lot of artists use it, but I don't know how big of a cut that Bandcamp takes.
hmm
So I don't know if some artists don't want to go there, especially bigger artists.
hmm
I think because they'll make more money off there. I guess means a bigger cut. So they rather have built their own infrastructure, pretty much website.
hmm
I have a partnership with another independent thing. I don't know, help start. Like even, do you know if it's like a new up and starting business or something like that, and Mick Jenkins just moved over there to like help him start something up or anything like that? Do you know that?
Well, he said, because I asked him, because, it's not, his EP isn't on streaming.
Hmm.
And so I asked him, I said, oh, what is it? I'm like, is this ever going to come out on streaming? He says, oh, it's only on Even right now because, I don't make much off of streaming. He says, but if
Right.
you buy it on Even, I'll
He
make
could
way
get a
more.
bigger.
It's direct to me and
Yeah.
things like that. That's what he was
Okay.
telling me, through
Okay.
Twitter interactions.
Okay.
Someone came up to me and said, shut up, bro. Everybody's going through this. Just put it on streaming. I'm like, geez.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. You have that entitled mentality as well that we want the fast food. It was right there. We've been given you just give it to us here. We can just go to McDonald's up the street, get the food we
hmm
want. So I don't
Yeah,
know.
I don't think it's gonna get better because the worst part is that we have the choice to buy physical now.
We do. We do.
We could buy it if we want to. It's
Hmm.
available. So much of it is being promoted by these artists. Some of these artists are having high sales because some people just buy vinyl just for decoration to put it up on a wall or something. It's there. People just don't want to buy it. People don't want to
Yeah,
buy
because
physical
it's
media like that. Because one is clutter. It's a lot.
mhm.
You have to have space for collecting. Two, it gets very expensive very quickly. And what's the point of you buying so much of this one thing if you don't have something to play it on?
And I don't know if I talked to you about it, but me doing the research on cassette players, I find myself having to buy an older cassette now, a cassette player, because the mechanisms or whatever now are not being produced no more because it's a technology we don't use no more. So it's best to go vintage because when it was at the height of, it being produced, it was good. It was good technology. Now it's like dumb because they don't
Mhm.
make it no more. So you have newer cassette players that people make, they're using the same mechanisms. Like you're only paying pretty much for the frame, like as in quality. But when it comes to just the tape player, the
The
mechanism
actual
in there,
insides and
it's
stuff
the
like that.
same. It's the same shit, same part number, everything.
hmm
So I found that's why I'm looking for vintage, for I can get something that's actually good. Even with CD players, it's the same thing. One thing about vinyl is, analog was already just, better quality. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
Even though some vinyl ain't that good quality.
Ain't that
Some
good? Yeah.
people say like, oh, is this an MP3 or it sounds like the streaming version.
Say it like that. I'll just rip the MP3 file on here. Hmm. Yeah. I don't know.
I think it's gonna get worse from here, honestly. It's just, but it's gonna thin a lot of the herd out. But also, it seems like these artists, especially these underground ones, is making money. So
Hmm.
a lot of them ain't really fighting for streaming rights. They just put the music out whenever they can, put it up whenever they
Hmm.
can, and have a
And
little
they
cult
and
fan
they
base.
and they make a good amount of their money because when it comes to collecting, because a lot of their fans are collectors. Like look
Oh
at
no, I'm talking
me.
about like the rage streamers, not like the rage
Oh,
artists.
them kids don't understand what they know.
That's what I'm saying. They're just doing whatever they want. They never complain about streaming cuts or anything like that.
Yeah,
They might not be
nah.
privy to it, but it's not like they getting
Because half of them
label
out of
deals
high,
left and right.
half of them kids in high school, they all young. They don't
Yeah.
understand yet. They don't
Yeah.
understand
But I
yet.
mean like a lot of the underground artists like the Griseldas and the Rock Marcianos and all them, they probably
Hmm.
make a lot of that stuff off of merchandising. They already
Hmm.
put their stuff up so high. Makami with that $1,000 vinyl.
Hmm.
People buy it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's not worth that, but
It's
yeah.
not, I'm just saying, but he want to put the the value on the art again. Like he wants you to go buy the
Which I
physical.
respect.
That's
I
why he
respect
never
that.
put he just started putting his stuff on streaming. He wasn't doing that, B. you couldn't get his stuff off streaming. He'll have a few select albums on there, but he wanted you to go to him and get the music, even buy on
Yeah.
his site.
So I think it's one of those things where they're gonna have to start selectively, kind of like Twitch. You have to start selectively cutting some of these artists a check and be like, hey, let's do
Come
this
over here,
deal.
you do.
Yeah,
They was
let's do this
remember they used
deal.
to try to do that
Like
in
instead
the
of them
beginning.
going to the label, come over here, put 4 albums out, kind of like Jay-Z with
That's what
his
Frank. Remember
title.
what Frank Ocean did when
Mm-hmm.
he messed over
With
them?
Apple. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, remember even like with even with Drake, one views only on like Apple at one point.
I think
Like it's
so. I mean,
just
at that
it
time
was
we were still allegedly downloading, but yeah. Mhm.
yeah, but people was doing deals back then. Bono did the deal with Apple,
So I
YouTube
think and then Jay-Z did the deal with Samsung. So he
with
sold 1 million
Samsung.
first day.
Yeah, first day. Yeah, it's like force feeding them. Yeah, yeah. Huh?
I think we're gonna have to go to that metric. I think the thing is you have to cut the label out, but the labels is the one making the big deals with streaming. So you'd have to make the
Hmm.
deal with the label to maybe do certain deals with streaming. I don't know.
Right. It's above our pay grade.
Then you also got playlisting.
Yeah, it's a whole lot of stuff that go on behind the scenes that you know we know nothing about.
Yeah.
Politics, B.
We talk about this streaming thing
Politics.
almost once a month
Yes,
because it
bro.
just
Could be
always is evolving and you don't know where it's
always.
gonna go.
Mm-mm.
And something
Sometimes
new is
it's
always being thrown out or
I
new
don't know. Sometimes I
conversations are
like
being added.
facts. Sometimes I just like to talk about the unknown because you could, stumble on something like an idea as you talking about it. Like, oh damn, I didn't think about that. So,
Hmm. No, it's a fun
hey,
conversation. It's much more fun
hey,
than talking about other drama stuff that's in the space.
yeah.
So,
Oh yeah, facts. But hey, they gonna catch on, bro, because they gonna get tired of pressing that content. But
hmm.
they'll get tired of it because B, like it. I talk about. We ain't gotta talk about it. Just sick of
What?
it. Just sick of the whole beef, bro. Just sick
Oh
of it.
yeah,
I
yeah.
try my best not to bring it up at all, bro.
Uh-huh. Did I
That's
bring
why I
it
be
up?
trying to. Nah, we talked
Uh,
about the lawsuit
uh-huh.
situation, the settlement, but I try to, you know, bring different ideas for us, man, to discuss. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like I actually be like freaking reading articles and going just
Hmm.
different things just to try to get some different ideas because
Yeah,
it's the same content in my freaking algorithm. If I watch
yeah.
this content creator and I'm sick of it. I'm sick of this one guy, fantastic hip hop or whatever his name is, put
Hmm.
Kendrick all in his stuff,
And Kendrick or Drake in
all
each
this
one.
Drake. I'm like, come on, man. I'm sick of this. And I don't even watch this dude channel. But
Hmm.
since we're in the hip hop space, I gotta keep up with something that's going on in hip hop. And
Hmm.
it's irritating.
I agree. That's why I be trying to find new stuff that's not pertaining to the
Mm-hmm.
beef. Every now and then I might
Yep.
bring something up about the lawsuit just to,
Yep.
keep a little tabs on it.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, besides that, that's why I be trying to get so many other news things because that's all that's clouding up or clogging up hip hop content and hip hop
Yes.
discussions, which it
Yeah, that's
sucks.
true.
But
It
people don't
sucks,
care
bro.
about the music though, B. They care about the drama.
Yeah, I'm sick of it, bro. I'm sick of the drama.
I am too, but sadly it pays other people's bills.
It does. It does, man.
But this has been another episode of Beyond Beats and Culture. Let us know what you think about today's episode down in the comment section down below. Let us know what your favorite topics was. What do you think about Reason's album and some of the hip hop news and music releases that we had on this docket as well? As usual, socials are in the description down below. The link, if you are an up and coming artist, is in the link down in the description down below. Clips will be coming up daily on the channel as well. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, especially for our exclusive series that we have on here. B, you have any closing notes?
Closing notes is, hey, want to thank everybody for the birthday wishes. Shout out to B for posting it on Twitter. Pretty cool. Family and everybody. And my Lakers, bro, we number two seed in the NBA Western Conference Finals. My bad. We killing it right now. Luka's looking great. He's coming back to form. LeBron is being that, that Superman or that, it's two Supermans on the same team, man. We out here
Nah, be a
actually
Superman and
developing our
Spider Man. What are you talking about?
Nah, man, bro. Two Supermans on the same team. JJ Reddy looking like a stud as a coach right now. Man, we're killing it right now. And I'm very excited for what we got to go and on in the playoffs, because the season is dying down and we looking a little promising right now. That's all I gotta say. Shout
So
out
the
to the
NBA
Lakers.
Finals is around the corner.
No, playoffs around the corner.
No, that's what did I say?
Yeah, you said finals.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, playoffs around the corner. Then we got what? Probably 18, 19, 18 games left around there.
How many games is in a week?
Shoot, bro, there's so many games, bro. Be playing a week, man. I can't even think. B. It's a lot. They be going because it's 82
I
games
thought,
a season.
uh-huh.
They play 82 games.
And you
So
said there's 18 games left.
yeah,
Oh, so then it's gonna be literally like
no, 18 games left for each team.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you meant
Oh,
total. I'm
not
about to
eight.
say, if there's
Oh,
a million
total.
games.
No, 18 games left. Each team got like 18 games
Oh,
left.
okay. That makes sense. That makes sense.
All right, no problem. My bad, B.
Oh yeah,
But yeah,
that has been another episode of Beyond Beats and Culture. My name is Chase the Dark Sage.
I'm T.
Peace.
Peace.
Man, shout out to Beyond Beats and Culture.